Looks like we got a new friend!
Thank you very much, Raiders. Welcome. We'll be with you in just over 2 minutes.
Looks like we got a new friend!
Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to the last session in our wonderful 15-hour Academy Day, DM'd by the wonderful ThatKaylaPerson. I nearly said that Madam Gandalf. That was a a mistake. ThatKaylaPerson. I'm on hour 12. Come on, I'm doing pretty well. Welcome. Before I hand over to Kayla and all these wonderful people and we say hello, please check out all of the links currently being spammed at you in the chat by my bot. This includes all of our social links, all of the places you can follow us online, contact us, support us, and find our sponsors, Bird in the Storm Publishing and Mageham Press, whom we are very grateful to for they make this all possible. If you would like 10 to 15% discount on nearly all of your tabletop needs, including dice and accessories, maps and cartography lessons, or the only thing I don't cover at the minute is minis, then you can check out all the websites that we do. And please retweet the tweet, because the tweet getting retweeted helps us tweet on the Twitter, which is Tweetastic. Let's go around and say hello to everyone, starting with ThatKaylaPerson. Oh, hi!
Oh, hi! Hi, everybody. I am ThatKaylaPerson. I don't have anything on Twitters. Or, well, I do have Twitter, but I don't have Twitch, so... But hi, it's an honor to be here. Actually DMing a game. I've played in a game on Scrat's channel before, but I've never DM'd on his channel, so this is going to be an adventure. Yay.
It's gonna be amazing because Kayla may not have DM'd on my channel, but she has DM'd for me on
Yes.
Alex's channel, and it was
Yes.
amazing, and also a really handy segue to go over to Madam Gandalf.
Yes.
Hi! Oh, hi, I'm Madam Gandalf. I like Kayla. torture me on my channel. And yeah, I am here and excited to be playing Amy Rose, the response to frickin' Shadow the Hedgehog. Wait, you realize that this means you have to do a French accent now, Kent, right? Shadow the Hedgehog.
The hedgehog.
Exactly, Hedgehog.
Yeah, that's...
It's canon.
Exactly, it's canon. So, hi, I'm very excited to be here and to play with all these beautiful buggers. And I know that I'm especially excited to meet Raven, as I think I have never played with you before. So that's awesome. And this is why I love the Academy. Meet new people, play great games, have awesome adventures.
Yeah. Next around the screen, we have Kent Weebs. Oh, hi, Kent.
Hi there, Kent Weaves with a Z. I will be playing a character that Scrat created for me because I didn't want to make a character that wasn't a rogue. Because I've been playing rogues every time I come onto this academy, and I was like, Scrat, you know what? I need something new that I can just like figure out and try. And he's like, I'll make you something. So today I will be playing Shadow the Hedgehog. I can't do accents. I'll be playing Shadow the Hedgehog. The Hedgehog.
You're doing great, Kent. You're doing great. I support you. I stand you. Please keep it up. I love it.
He will be a very edgelordy person, if you can see from the makeup and the heptacomical, the whatever, things are happening.
Beautiful.
That's all. That's really all. He's a tiefling. There we go. That helps. He has horns and stuff. So, there we go. There we go.
Ken Weebs. Ladies and gentlemen.
My first stream. My first stream.
First time on the Academy. First stream.
I hate you all. I hate you all so much for that.
Last but most certainly not least, you may recognize her from our Thursday sessions, Fading Footsteps, Raven Coop Co-op. Oh, hi!
Oh, hi! Yes, I am Raven. You can find me on Twitter at Raven_co-op or Coop, whatever tickles your fancy. And also at Co-op the Podcast on Twitter. Tonight I'll be playing someone not as rude as my Thursday character, Sylvia Moonstone, a moon elf cleric. So yeah, and I'm really excited to meet all these people too. I've only played with Scratticus, so I'm like super pumped.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
So excited.
Yay.
Let's do it.
Today I'll be playing Barry Wood. Barry Wood is a monk trying to escape from his past. You can see I'm wearing my monk correct garments. I'm ready.
It's going to be a painful time as a DM. The memes are just going to fly left and right. It's going to be a meme game. Yay! God. So, are you all ready to start the memes?
I was so ready.
Ready?
Oh, actually, hang on a minute. Not quite.
Oh.
1 second.
Okay.
Ready.
Hey.
Oh, God.
Wait, let me crack one open with you too. Cheers, Scrat.
Oh, God, you're thinking bang, too. Oh, God. The product placement is just...
Bang. If you need energy, bang together for energy.
We're not sponsored.
Yet.
We're not
Brad's gonna be taking like clips, taking photos, and then just gonna be like, hey, bang Angie, hey.
Well, I know that Potato Hollow is probably going to gift me and Scrat doing the whole cheersing thing together.
Oh, Tater is going to be on it. Tater, quick moment for Tater, actually. Probably one of the hardest working mods in the channel. Always here, taking clips, taking raid cries, taking gifs. Tater is a foot, meaning he is a leg end. What a leg end. Kayla, we will give you the floor.
All right. Well then we'll get started, shall we? All right. All four of you have come together. You guys have been together for a little while. You all have been traveling together for probably a couple of weeks now. Unfortunately, it's mostly been by foot, this leg in particular, as you are now going through the mountains, and it has been too difficult for horses to pass through all of the winding, turning trails that lead upwards. This particular night, it is rather humid and very hot, so you find all of yourselves in your own armor and garments and vestments kind of like pulling at it, trying to like loosen up a little bit, like fanning yourselves, doing just about anything, taking water skin, like splashing yourselves to try to keep cool. And it's strange because normally the higher you get in the mountains, the cooler it tends to get. But this just is humid and sticky, and something seems to resonate in the air around you. It's starting to get closer to dusk, but you see ahead of you a few spotted lights of a town, and there's like a moment of relief amongst the party where you're like, finally, somewhere to stop. We won't be sleeping on the ground anymore. Thank gods. And so you all start to head forward towards this town. The first thing you all notice getting into town, into just the smaller kind of like suburb areas, there are not a lot of people here right off the bat. And the few that you do seem to see are kind of darting in and out, trying to stay hidden, essentially. There are a few doors that you see already like with boards over them, like they're battening down the hatches, and windows as well.
We just received £40 from Is River to attack Kent Weebs. Now, Kayla, do you mind if we attack people on stream with wild magic surges and things like that? Would that throw your plans into disarray?
No, actually, that would be very fun. I would like that.
I just have one thing to say to Is River.
Is it actually words or is it not?
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
I'll stop interrupting Kayla. Kent, roll 2d100 and I'll whisper them to Kayla and I'll sort all that out for you.
All right,
Okay.
2d100s. 2d100s. Sure.
All right. The closest. So you guys are all making your way through town now. Are you looking for anything in particular, or are you looking just for a tavern to stay the night, or did you want to stop and speak?
At tavern.
Yeah, well, I know I have you at tavern every time.
Yes, the tavern would be very nice. Very nice indeed. It is. I like the taverns. Oh, there's my voice. All right. Let's go. Tavern.
You're so targeted.
You are. All right. Let's go to a tavern there. Yeah.
Yes, I would enjoy the tavern.
Yeah, let's go to a tavern, sure. Weird.
Yes. We can drink our problems away. Fuck! I lost my accent. Shit. Yes, we can drink our problems away, and maybe I can hold on to your hand there, Amy.
You're muted.
Just speaking too quietly. I said, I hate this so much. I hate that I decided to go along with this with the Amy Rose thing.
That's okay, because as you look over at him and you're kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to hold your hand. You notice something sitting on his shoulder, and you kind of like look at it a little closer, and then you notice stuff on his other shoulder. And then you look behind you, and there is just a trail of hair behind him. And as you look back at Shadow, you notice he's completely bald. Every inch of hair that was on his face is just gone.
Oh, sweetie, sure, I'll take your hand.
If Kent has a bald cap.
If Kent has a bowl cap, I give up right now.
At least tie it back. I hope that's what he's doing. Out of sheer pity.
I'm just hoping
Yeah.
maybe at some point in the last couple of years, Kent decided to do a Krillin cosplay, and he just happens to have...
But yeah, Amy feels really sorry for this suddenly once very hairy gentleman.
It's strange too, because if you reach over and take his hand, you do notice you're like, this is. I mean, you've been around traveling with him. He seems taller than usual, like a little bit taller. And you like look over at him again, like, what is going on with you tonight? And you notice he is about 4 or 5 inches off the ground, just levitating.
So what have you been smoking, and why weren't you sharing?
I don't know where my hair has gone. All of it just seems to be gone right now. That even my beard is gone. It is.
Okay. And she's just
I
gonna take
wouldn't touch him, Amy. It might be contagious.
Hairlessness can be contagious.
Yes. Alopecia in this speed. I would be cautious.
You know, you two got to go fast, don't you? Hair loss can be really fast sometimes. It might just instantly, in the speed of sonic sound, might just go away.
Ew. And Amy's just gonna walk forward to the tavern, not taking Shadow's hand, not wanting to risk getting sudden alopecia.
Yeah, I'll say Sylvia at this point, not understand. I mean, she maybe knows what's going on, but she doesn't want to deal with it. So she's just going to walk into the tavern. She's like, I don't have time to deal with this. I just can't right now.
Valid.
So you all step into the tavern, and even in here, it's relatively kind of sparse. You notice as you got further into town, into this tavern, again, like I said, a lot of doors and windows are barred. People are hurrying into their houses and shutting the doors. A few of them look at you like scared, and a few of them give you this kind of like, ooh, kind of like pitiful look before they too go inside and shut all their doors. But inside this tavern, there are 3 patrons that you notice sitting at the different tables, and behind the bar, there is, at the moment, no one. But you do hear a lot of scurrying and hurrying around in the back of stuff being gathered up. And eventually, from back behind this rather large man, rotund, long beard, he comes wandering out and looks at the 4 of you, and he's, "The hell are you doing here? Or who are you?"
That's rude.
Hello, we're here for a drink. I lost all my hair, I did. It's speedy alopecia. I blame the Sonic times.
He's had a traumatizing last 5 minutes, I would say.
I would say you're... Did the curse get you?
Oh, I think so. I don't know much about curses, but I think it might have been a curse.
I've never seen it react in that way in particular, but... right. Have a seat if you want. just give me a minute. And he kind of like looks at the four of you before hurrying into the back again. The other patrons, you see a man who is missing an arm. There's an older woman who's sitting in the corner, kind of like hunched over with her hands kind of like in kind of a praying motion. And then there is another older man who has kind of like a cloth over his eyes, blinding him.
So does this mean we can't get a drink?
Sylvia wants to pat herself down to make sure she's not missing anything.
Do pat yourself down, look at your gear, everything. It's all there. Yep. Head, shoulders, knees, toes, it's all there.
Everyone seems to be missing someone. Something. Right? Am I right? Eyes? Leg?
The lady seems fine. She's older, so she's probably not like quite as agile as she might have been, but she is also kind of like dirty as well. But other than that, she seems fine. She's all there. She's just kind of like huddled over, kind of quietly murmuring to herself, and her hands are kind of cupped like this, praying.
Okay. I want to go talk to her.
All right, you get closer, and as you get closer, being that you are in fact a person of the cloth, you do notice that she is praying rather like feverishly to herself, and she's got her hands clutched around a holy symbol that she's just like worrying away at with her hands, and she just continues to like pray and sort of like rock, and is just like very troubled at this moment.
Yeah. She'll put her, Sylvia will put her hand on her shoulder just to let her know that she's there, and then like slide into the seat in front of her and say, "What causes you trouble?"
Don't you know, the curse is happening tonight. The curse is happening tonight, and I'm not ready.
What curse, darling? What?
The curse on this town, it's going to happen tonight, and we're all going to die, and you're going to die, and I'm going to die.
All right. Okay.
We're all going to die. We're all going to die.
She shouts at the others in a whisper. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die, she says.
I can't wait.
Fucking hedgehog. Hedgehog.
Oh my god.
There. She turns back to the old woman and
Sorry.
what are you praying for? Like what is happening? What is this curse? We're new to this area. We just came in. We just came in for some drink. And it looks like everyone is just as worried as you are. What is this curse?
You shouldn't have come here. You shouldn't have come here. It's not the right night for you to be here. We're going to die. And then like the next table over, the guy that has one arm, he just kind of like leans over. He's pissed at this point. Not pissed as in angry, pissed as in he is drunk out of his mind. You can see that he has several tankards out in front of him, and he's now working on another, like straight from a pitcher, just going at it. And he's just, don't listen to her. She doesn't know what she's talking about. I've lived through this before. I'll live through it again. It's gonna be fine. My Uncle Herman, he lived through this 3 times. It'll be fine.
What about the 4th time?
We don't talk about the 4th time.
All right.
Who are you?
I am Shadow the Hedgehog. I lost all my hair 5 minutes ago. Don't mind the beard. I'm a quick grower.
He's a
I would
grower,
hope
not
so.
a shower.
I would hope so, because there's not much to show right now. Why are you not on the ground?
That's a weird thing to say to somebody.
He's not on the
Why
ground.
are you
Why is that a weird thing?
Come
That's
on. He is a
thing to ask.
tiefling. They can fly. This is normal.
It's simple levitation, all right. I sometimes levitate across the ground. Oh, I don't see what's wrong with it. It's part of my dad's curse. He was part hoppy.
So tired of people being so gravitiist.
I know, Amy. I know. It's rude.
They are not very attractive.
Oh my god. The perfect pose and everything. As you accuse him of being rude, he kind of like starts to get a little surly, and he's like pushing up from the table with his one hand. He's already got it balled up into a fist, like he's gonna fight. Like he has like a stump and his fist up, like he's ready to fight. At this point, the bartender, the guy that you saw first, comes back out quickly, and he's like, "Hey, none of that in here, all right? Just sit down. It's like all gonna be fine." And he's like motions to the back, and two other workers, a barmaid and what looks like the cook, are both carrying supplies as they hurry. You notice them like throwing stuff down into a trap door that's behind the bar before he motions out quickly, and he's like, "Listen, I feel bad for all of you. You just wandered in here, right? I'm assuming none of you really know what's going on. This is really not a good time for you to be here. I'm gonna cut you guys a deal, all right? Does that sound fair? You guys can stay here for the night. Don't go back out there. Do not go back out there. Stay here. Free. Just try to keep yourselves all right? And he starts going over, helping the blind man stand up and walk towards the bar. But he's still kind of like engaged in conversation, trying to like work and talk to you guys at the same time to get everything settled. And he helps the old man towards the bar, where the young lady takes him.
I mean,
Mission Yeah, I was like, mission accomplished?
now,
All right, so we won. We won, right? We just won the game.
that's a win. Yeah.
All right.
Game. I'm not sure that you are getting the gist of this. We're all in danger.
Could you
tonight.
tell us why she seems a little preoccupied? I totally understand. Pray to your gods. You're dying. Could you tell us a little bit more about what's going on, what this curse is, why we can't go outside, why you're giving us this lodging for free, which we are appreciative of, all the above.
Of course. First, Agatha, come on. He helps the old lady, and she just continues to pray and murmur to herself, and heads towards the basement. Sorry.
Thank you very much to I assume an anonymous donator. They've donated with the name Someone Elf, who donates an advantage to each player. If you are not an anonymous donator, say hi in chat. Thank you.
As he helps the kind of like old woman over towards the bar, he continues to talk to you guys. This town. Okay, not the town. The town isn't cursed. All right, the mountain's cursed. The big giant mountain that you all probably saw. It's cursed. Once every 50 years, this happens, and you just happen to catch it on the worst night. It's basically this town is going to be under siege all night, and it's best that we all get into cover and stay there. That's the only way to really stay safe. Unless, of course, the mountain itself, really. It's complicated, trust me. The only other safer place than here would be the church, but the last I heard, that was full. That's why we have to stay here in the tavern. That, and personally, I want to make sure that my house stays intact. My business and my house are kind of my whole life. But other than the church, staying here for the night is really the best option for all of you. I would put you down below, but I don't know if we have enough room down there. So you're going to be in here. Don't go upstairs either. Don't go upstairs. One moment, and he turns away, and again it's like battening down, like he's shutting shutters that are not on the outside, but rather on the inside, and latching them. And he does this for a couple of windows. He takes a few of the good bottles down off the shelf and tucks them down below to hide them before he turns back to all of you. At this point, the cook is now helping the guy with one arm, who's getting frisky and like trying to fight the guy with one hand. He knows he's being helped, but he also now wants to brawl. So it's a thing. He's causing a big old commotion as they head towards the basement. The guy, the bartender, he turns back to all of you again. He's
Bartender.
sorry. I'm American. Shut up.
That bartender right there. Sorry.
He turns back to all of you guys, and he just kind of shakes his head again and sighs. You'll know everything is safe in the morning when Brother Bartholomew, he'll ring the bells. When you hear the bells, everything will be safe. You can come out, and it'll all be fine then. But until then, just try to keep yourself safe, all right? Whatever you do, don't go outside.
We definitely won't go outside.
What?
Is that sarcasm?
Yes.
No. That's just how my face looks. I'm sorry.
It's true. Her face does look like that a lot of the time. It's quite.
Social cues. Is that not right? I'm sorry.
She got it. She's got it.
Yeah.
Excuse me, this cuss. Is it
Yes.
magical?
You could say that, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit magical. It's also,
I would like to offer you my services for a few weeks. I am an experienced janitor. I can do dishes, sweep floors.
He's really good. He works usually at my library, but I guess he's freelancing. He's so good, though. Great help.
Thank you, Celia.
freelance janitor.
He keeps my black clothing very, very in good shape.
We can't have them
I thought
fading.
I thought he was a janitor, not a.
I take all jobs.
Oh.
Anything.
Oh.
Anything.
Oh, all of them he does.
Okay. All right. I mean, it'll be appreciated. There's always tends to be a lot of cleanup after these nights, but it'll be fine. I'll talk to you in the morning. Okay? How about that? We'll discuss terms in the morning. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that if we live? Because, I mean, I heard from her that we're dying, so...
We're getting very contradicting
as long
stories right now.
As long as you're inside, you shouldn't die. Agatha's terrified. It's been a while since she's went through one of these. Typically people leave town for these, but ever since her husband died, she hasn't been able to leave, so...
Like on her own free will, or just because she's emotionally broken down?
A little bit of both, and money. Money has been an issue for Agatha.
Good. Here's your lesson plan. Thank you very much, Alice. Coming in with that resub. Is that a Michael Wayne gifting the resub there? Alice, you have an advantage to gift to someone of your choice. Let us know who you'd like to do that for. Thank you.
Okay,
Sorry.
everyone's like, Alice, mom, Alice.
How's it going? You look gorgeous tonight. How you do?
Hey, Alice. you're really pretty.
You're really
You are.
pretty.
You're so pretty, alright, love.
Give us an advantage, love.
Give us an advantage, love.
That's
Right.
It's almost like it's your actual.
So thirsty for advantage. Welcome to D&D. Everyone's thirsty for advantage.
Oh yeah.
Thirsty for an advantage. It's my life. Amy at this point is going to try and take a couple of bottles down into the room, if possible. I mean,
Into
we're in
the
a
room.
tavern,
Yeah.
like wherever it is, we're being like told to stay. Is it just in the tavern in general, or is it like a particular room in the tavern?
You're more in like kind of like the, the room where all the tables are set, kind of like the dining area. It's rather big. There's this, most of the windows are shut in this area, but there's also, there's like one big set of windows facing towards you. And to the best of their abilities, they've kind of like put boards across it on the outside, but they haven't been able to like properly insulate that particular window. Other than that, it's a typical bar. I mean, nothing crazy. Unfortunately, as the bartender turns back away from you, he kind of like, he gives you one last good luck and then ducks down into the trap door, and he ends up closing it by himself. As you sneak behind the bar, though, you do get one quick glance inside of there. It is standing room only for all these 6 people that are in there.
Ooh.
They are sardined into this room down underneath the tavern. Hence why they weren't able to let you guys all down in there. But once he pulls that door shut, they are locked in. You hear it latching and being locked from the inside. And it is just the 4 of you now inside the tavern.
Well, I don't see why this means that we can't have a little something to enjoy here.
Pass it. Bottle.
And it kind of turns into a bit of a bartender scene, like glass, pouring or what, like bottle out across the floor. Yeah.
I know this drink, I do. It's called the Green Chaos Emerald. You want to try it?
Is it sake?
It's right good. It is. It hits you right there in the speed.
I'm sorry,
Sure.
Kayla.
Sure.
It's fine. I knew it was coming. He was going to work it in there somehow.
I sure was. Normally, I like to make the whole Chaos Emerald. It's a whole 7 drink, right? You got the red, you got the yellow, you got the blue, all that. But the green's really good because it's made with some absinthe and stuff. So it's really, really good. So I'll go brew you up some royal green Chaos Emerald, and we'll go do that.
All right. No. Let's do this. Why not? Let's do this.
I hate this so much.
Thanks, Scrat, for making this character.
Let's see. If you're going to make this drink for everybody, why don't you give me a medicine check to try to assemble it?
Oh, okay. You hate me, obviously.
I am no expert, but I do not think that is how it is supposed to look.
I mean, that's how I remember it, right? Okay?
You see him just grabbing bottles and just kind of like, looks about right. And it's various amounts. But it's all alcohol.
Barry kind of knows a thing or two about making drinks, and they're gonna probably look at Shadow's concoction. I think I'll stick with a Manhattan.
All right, fine. I guess I guess you don't want to try the Chaos Emerald, and it gives you that. All right. Well,
I prefer my drink named after the famous man with a hat on.
Oh my god. So, how much do you guys end up drinking exactly?
I had a right point of it. I did.
Really?
I sure did. How fucked up am I?
You want to roll a constitution and let's
Are we
see?
doing constitution checks to see how drunk we are?
All
mean-
right, I
I
haven't.
mean, you don't have to be like pissed
Might-
drunk if you don't want to be, but
I will
mean, if this one's drinking this Chaos Emerald, that's definitely call for something.
I'll probably try at least one of his Chaos Emerald shots. I feel like it just makes sense for me to do so.
I will have
Constitution.
one small Manhattan. I would like to keep my wits about me.
I really hate that I have a -1 in dexterity, constitution, and intelligence. Just saying.
Look at that charisma,
Oh, I know. It's out the windows.
So that would be a 14 on my constitution.
14. You got a nice buzz, but you're all right. You still got your wits.
Okay.
Right.
8. You're slurring. You're happy and warm. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
wow.
definitely like if you were to knock back another one of those, I don't think you would still be standing or coherent at all. But you're slurring.
I can do that. All right. So.
We're gonna make the accent even worse.
Fuck.
All right.
Sylvia will just drink. I mean, she'll go behind the bar, try to find the best bottle of wine that she can, and she'll maybe drink half of it.
Barry would gladly serve you alcohol, Sylvia. I feel like that's something that he might even have done.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, maybe actually Sylvia will just ask Barry, like, Barry, can you just go get me my usual?
Ah, yes. Viva la Maria.
Yeah, that's it. It always amazes me how you always remember
Yes.
after all this time.
It's different every time, isn't it? Yep, it's different every time. You do notice at one point that your party member Amy has kind of disappeared a little bit. You do see a tiny little spider going between the windows, kind of just making different webs and stuff. Outside, it starts to get darker. It's definitely dusk has hit and is going. So it's starting to get dark outside. It's
More than it already? Like, were we coming in at, like, dusk, I guess?
yes, you were coming in at dusk. So now that you're in here, you've settled in, you're starting to have these drinks. It is now starting like full night at this point. And you're just kind of you're drinking, enjoying yourselves, having a good time. You don't hear anybody down below, but eventually there's kind of like this still outside, this unnatural still, before you hear this scream, this kind of like cry outside, this like heart churning kind of like cry of just like this sad, mournful kind of wail.
Okay, sad and mournful. Got it. No one is having a good time.
Yeah. Not
It's-
having
it's-
a great time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you hear another one in the other direction.
guys, heard of something like this happening in my studies. I read about it. I believe this is called the Purge. And I believe that as long as we stay inside, the citizens just won't kill us. But they could. Those people downstairs might kill us. But that's what I've heard. That's the Purge. I don't know if that is what's happening here, but I've heard of it happening. I've read
More
it.
screams just starting to come up around you.
I think I might just do a thing, and Amy's going to transform into a spider, and she's going to kind of climb up to all the windows and doors and web secure them.
I love it.
Yeah, tiny little webs are going up all around the place, trying to hold everything in place. Yeah. There's still just the screams outside start to like pick up. At first there's like a few kind of scattered, they fall and like rise, and then more and more until it's this wailful sound all around you. And about this time you hear the entire building just kind of like groan. All of the wood, it just kind of like as it kind of like, you look around and you're like worried about the walls and the structure, and you do notice a few of the walls are kind of like bowing all to the left. Everything is just kind of like tilted slowly, being pulled in that direction. Your drinks, the empty cups that you might have had, empty cups from the guy who was drinking before, rattle off the table across the floor and all head towards the left of the room.
Okay, so if the wood is bowing, is there a way that there's like a tiny little hole that I could see that's not being held together by spider web? Like in the like a window or something?
Try to peek through one of the windows. All of them are latched shut. And the big set in particular, you might be able to peek through a few of the boards, but it will be at disadvantage if you're trying to make a perception check.
I'm trying to cast a spell like through it. Like slightly. I just need 1 inch in diameter.
I could say you could probably, there's like enough of a gap between them. Like some of the boards are kind of crossed like this, so you can kind of get a gap.
Could I cast like Arcane Eye so that I could see outside? Like it within like 30 feet? If I could see like right through to like outside the door.
Yeah. So you want to place it like in the middle of the street, sort of?
Yeah. I can see what the
And
hell's...
Post it one more time so I can remember the spell. It's been a hot minute since I saw this one.
Yes, absolutely. Let me get there.
Okay. All right. Outside this eye, you kind of like blink for a moment, and then this other eye opens up outside. Completely invisible, but you have sight to everything around you. You can see in the street things are tumbling and being dragged past you in the same direction that everything in your room had gone as well, all towards this left. And you see, in just as you like kind of like look up, you see these ghastly spirits just all flying upward, up and over you, over the tavern, heading back in the same direction as all of this stuff is being like pulled forward towards.
Okay, I really like that.
Spirits upon spirits. It is like an army almost of people. Just ghosts and banshees and everything is just going that way.
I tell my party what I see. Spooky shit.
Oh wow, that's pretty spooky right there.
Yeah.
I'm a little drunk right now. I don't know what that Chaos Emerald did to me.
Made it.
I know, but my friend Sonica, she makes it a lot better.
I've had it from Sonica. I know her. We went to school together.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Good
That's
one.
how we met. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. She makes a mean one. Packs a punch.
It
But
really does.
spooky as hell out there. Amy,
You also hear outside, there's like a kind of like a rumbling all of a sudden. The ground below you kind of like shakes a little bit, almost kind of like a mini earthquake before it falls still, but you still hear this like cacophony of like rocks and mud and trees being ripped up and all of this stuff just falling down outside. You're not sure from where, and it sounds distant from you, but you definitely hear this sound of like something is happening outside.
yeah, my eye can't see it though.
I'm still in spider form, just to clarify.
Mhm.
If it's been a while, I might be crawling up to the drink that I had. So if you see a spider drowning, please save it.
Do I
Could
see
be
a
me.
spider drowning?
Not yet. You just see a spider very just kind of like, yeah.
She's having it. This is a good time.
Uh-huh.
Spider. Okay. Party spider.
Yeah, it's like the the little dancing one. It's like,
Oh, what was that one?
Gift that, please. Everybody dancing, please.
Well, you're all going to be GIFs. If you want to use these GIFs, see on Twitter, in a few days you can search Scratticus or the username of the person that you want to use, and you should find GIFs of them through Tenor.
I love it so much.
I will be staying behind the bar, trying my very best to look like a normal peasant. I will start perhaps wet mopping because, it's... get a head start on the bar cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Just like one section of the bar, though, so I can still access most of the drinks. It truly looks like I have been a barman at some point in my past.
Yeah, just you're
Of
going
course.
keeping it clean, and it's disconcerting to hear this. It's sort of like being at the beginning of a hurricane where you hear all this storm just hitting the side of the building, but it really starts to ramp up over the next couple of minutes. It's like at first it was just screaming and all of these spirits and everything kind of like leaning that way, but the more it seems to build up, and you can see this out your eye for as long as it lasts, the more these spirits start to go up there, the stronger it gets. And you can actually see, as you look around, the walls are all tilted now. Everything is just kind of like bent a little bit. A table kind of is like clattering. A chair just falls over on its own. And eventually everything kind of is, you even feel this in your own soul. You feel yourself get jerked, almost like you're being pulled towards this direction. And furniture in the room just flies suddenly across the room. Can you all give me a dexterity check?
ooh, I'm not good at these.
It's spider form too, so I don't know what your spider's dex
Oh,
is.
true.
Oh, spider dex.
Spider dicks.
And at the other end of the scale.
Yikes.
I'm really
I'm actually-
nimble.
I got a 19.
18, very nice.
17.
17.
Spider dex is better than my dex.
It makes sense. You're tiny. The two of you, you're drunk. So by the miracle of whatever drunk gods are out there, you just kind of happen to sway at the right time. But being behind the bar, Barry, it was almost like a death sentence almost. All of a sudden, most of the bottles off the shelves come down and hit you, and you take, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as these bottles just come and all hit you just very violently. The rest of you are fine, but everything in the room is now just yanked to one side. And it's a giant mess. And you can look around and you see I mean, quite literally, it's already spider webs, but you see that big giant glass window that they covered up with wood is now cracking in places and screeching as it's getting pulled and yanked, and it's not holding up for very long.
What does my outside eyeball see?
It's more and more and more of these spirits. They're all just racing. They're almost like, it's like
Go ahead.
they're just, I mean, it's literally like they're race. It's like a parade almost of all of these spirits going past your vision, going behind you as you turn around to see, like, face the tavern itself and see them going. I mean, you see all kinds. You see ladies in gowns, you see men in armor, you see like cavaliers riding on ghostly steeds heading up, and just
They're heading up the mountain.
they're all heading up and away out of your vision towards this mountain where you see, how far is this vision? Is it 30 feet?
I think it's 30 feet, but I can move
has
it.
normal
But so, like, it
yeah.
has dark vision too.
It has dark vision 30 feet.
Yes,
I don't think because it's dark outside, you wouldn't be able to see everything. But
Right.
you can definitely see these ghostly apparitions going past you and heading that way. And they almost seem like joyous that they're all being called forward. In these in their sad expressions and mournful cries, they're like happy to be up again.
They're fucking loving it. Okay. So in the tavern from the outside and the building surrounding it, do they all just look super damaged?
Yes, there are even a few of them. You turn back around to see further down the street, one building has just, you see it creaking and giving, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. And all of the debris just flies past you and is being sucked in that general direction. You see other buildings where fronts are just being ripped off and everything.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to my friends and I'm gonna say, guys. It's a shit show outside. It is literally.
Is that the technical term for it?
Yeah. And there are buildings getting like thrown. It's like a tornado outside with these like spirits. I feel like that's going to happen to us. I think that we might need to do something. Amy, I don't know what you're saying to me. I just don't know. You're a spider. I don't know what you're saying to me. Okay.
Up, down, up, down, side to side. You up, down, side to side. YMCA.
Up, down, turn around, eternity.
Do I understand English now, or do I or common, or do I have to now try to also mime my words to her? Hide. Fucked.
It's like 2 words. Film.
The Hobbit, right?
You're not playing.
But basically, she's just kind of exclaiming in spider, like,
Yeah. God, right?
If possible, I would like to cast Detect Magic, which I can do at will, costing me no spell slots.
Okay, so you cast Detect Magic. It's not really magic around you, except for what your party members have on them. It's not so much magic going on.
Have to like try to see if they're undead or not. I believe that they're undead.
Ghosts.
Use my brain.
Undead.
I do
You
not
are the
think this is.
domain, yes.
I do not think this is an illusion.
Are you good? You took a beating. Are you okay?
I'm a little sore.
Do you need a
The
little?
windows creak a little bit more, and more like lines are shooting across it now. It's about ready to give way.
For tornado, is it get under the table or get in the basement?
I think it's doorway.
Isn't that earthquakes?
Well, we can't go down into the basement.
Bathtub could always be safe. How many bathtubs do we have?
Always bathtub.
There's only a sink up here right now.
Get in it! Everybody turn into a
Everybody
spider.
in the sink!
Everybody spider up!
The window behind you guys, this large window, just gives way, and the wood splinters inward as if it's just been like hit by a truck, and all of this glass comes shattering towards you inwards. Make me another dexterity check.
All of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, I mean, it can't be worse than last time.
You would think.
I think I got an 8. I did get an 8. That's my lucky number.
Amy.
I got a
4.
I would hope not.
don't jinx it now. 19.
19, very nice. Tiny little spider, very hard to hit. The rest of you, however, as you're talking and trying to figure out, do sink, bathtub, let's go for the sink. You are just rained down by these shards of glass, and they just cut and pierce you all over. And you all take, let's see, it was 8 piercing damage, all from this just hitting you and just carving into you. And this window now is open. And outside, you can see them. You don't need the eye to see them outside. These ghostly figures are now coming inside and then rising up through the roof as if, like, the path of least resistance has opened up and they're now, like, water rushing in, trying to find their way through. There are ghosts now among you.
I stand very still. If you stand very still, they cannot see you.
They just pass you by, though.
Oh, they're
They
nice.
just drift past you, all heading in this one direction. But they're still there among you. You see their ghastly, half-decayed faces. Some are just all bone, empty sockets looking through you and then passing through you as they continue on upwards. But this is definitely not safe anymore.
So they look kind of cool, right?
In your definition, Mr. Shadow,
Yes.
yeah, in your definition, probably it's edgy as hell. It looks like a metal music video.
Wow. And going with that, I think he would want to like kind of like investigate it and probably follow it, but like this is just out of character. Like I don't think that that's what the group would want.
I don't know.
Sylvia wanted to talk to one. I was
Yeah.
gonna try to...
All right.
Harry would get on board as well. They look like my ancestors.
Guys, I think it might be the alcohol talking, but like they look kind of cool though, right? She told us not to go outside, but I think we should go outside and check them out.
Outside is inside now, so I mean, fuck what they were saying. Let's do
We
it.
can't really stay inside, can we, right? Because we're outside with the inside and brings everything to death. Right.
Logically,
What?
we're inside, they're also inside. So,
QED, we go outside more.
well, let's talk to them and see. I mean, they're not attacking us. Do you want to go outside? Shadow?
I mean, it looks pretty cool, and in my defense, they look like there could be a lot of a riot. They could be a riot.
Do it.
All
Do
right,
it.
I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna just say hello, and I'm gonna use dermatology, and I'm just gonna yell right at them. I'm just gonna be like hello in dermatology.
Before he goes outside,
In
Sylvia,
dermatology?
hand on
Sorry.
and cast resistance on him.
Resistance against
Uh,
Puss's spell?
yeah. It just says to one saving throw, but I'll post it.
Okay.
Dermatology. I can't read all right.
Dermatology. Dermatology.
Oh my god,
Dropping off on me. Oh my god. Okay.
It's all right. Shadow has a little bit of dyslexia and he doesn't know how to read, but he's just going to go outside, use this spell, and just shout at them and be like, hey, what are you all doing?
No response. They just keep heading up past you. How far does your dark vision happen to go?
Oh, it's a basic tiefling. Dark vision is at 60 feet.
60 feet? Okay. You can't necessarily see it, but you do see around you that buildings are starting to, the less secure ones are starting to give around you.
All right, I'm going to relay that message in a very loud voice back to Sylvia and Barry Wood. And I don't know if Amy Rose is out of her spider form, so I just go like this to her. Just like that. She might know what I'm talking about, all right? Maybe like that.
Yes, do it.
Oh no. You see a little tiny.
Gif that dab. Gif that dab.
Give that dab. Give that dab.
I hate it. But Amy's probably like climbed her way onto like either Barry or Sylvia's shoulder or something at this point. I ain't wasting, a wild shape. I only coming out of that wild shape when necessary.
I see. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
I would like to, if possible, still stay attached to the webs I made at the tavern.
It would be hard to stay attached to them, like an actual chain. Everything being pulled that way, things are just gonna hit that web and just blow right through it.
Cool. No worries then. Yep. I'm just sitting on Sylvia.
Okay.
So you're sitting on her shoulder, hanging on for dear
Sitting on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Sitting on the shoulder. Sitting on the shoulder. Yep.
So I'm wondering, can I talk to one of these? Would speak with undead allow me to talk to one of them?
You can try to talk to one of them. They are blowing past you, like they're not stopping. So if you try to talk to one of them, you can either try to stop them or just yell at them as they pass on by.
Okay, I don't wanna waste the spell slot for that. So my thought is, and I relay this to the group, guys. So what I'm thinking is that they're heading towards somewhere, but they are just creating a storm in their wake, as they're going. So I think if we go with them, we won't get hurt, and we can figure out what is going on in here. What's happening? What do you think, Amy?
Do we really want to wake them?
Yeah.
I mean, if my yelling didn't do that, then... Oh, wait, I'm probably outside. Never mind. Bye-bye.
I should mention, Shadow, please refrain from using magic.
I've already used magic, though. Why?
Please, no.
Please don't push your own personal flaws onto my own life being. We are all happy together doing what we like to do.
They just terrify me, okay?
That's all right. I won't do it around you. I'll do it near you.
Are you Chinese or Mexican?
Don't do it.
Let's go with it. Let's go with it. I don't know what I'm doing with voices, okay? Let's go with it.
Generically, not my accent is what Kenty's doing.
It's funny. It was correct.
If I have hold on. If I had offended anyone with my accents, I am so sorry. I'm just trying to do an accent and it
I
slips
feel
over.
personally attacked by you right now.
All around the world with Kent's voice.
Everyone.
Seriously,
is
they all
offended.
sound the same.
When we do the VOD, just put a disclaimer, that disclaimer at the top.
Yeah, Kent Weeb sucks.
Don't worry, you're not having a stroke. He just sounds weird.
I like Mackenzie's thing, you're creating art, Kent. Art.
Art. All right, it's art.
It's all... That's good.
So the four of you are making your way out into the streets to brave that.
Yeah, we're making our way downtown.
Making your way downtown, as it is. You step out into the streets. Give me like 2 dex checks really quick, because there's still stuff like kind of tumbling past you down the street, and it's more of like you have to sidestep out of the way occasionally. Like you see like an entire cart just go past you, or barrels are just falling and being dragged. Especially if you're going, you said you were going to go with the current of ghosts?
Yeah, going with the ghost. Right?
Going with the ghost, yes.
Party.
Yes, I'll go where you go.
I'm already outside. You're probably catching up to me. I agree with you anyway. You seem smarter than me.
Just 2 dex checks, just to make sure that you can make your way through the streets all right. If you even want to roll it at advantage, it'll probably just give you 2 rolls on roll 20 anyway. And we'll use them separately.
Is that all of us or?
Yes, all of you, just to make sure that you don't get hit by debris that is flying through there.
What would you like? What would you like us to roll? Sorry.
Dex check?
All right.
Dex save?
12 and a 19. No, a 17. 12 and a 17.
Oh, 2.
12 and a 17.
Yes.
Shadow, something about not having your hair is just messing with you really hard. You're like, your equilibrium is off, and normally you're the quick, speedy one, but this time you get hit and you take another 5 points for each missed. Yes. I'm just taking the 2 12s for you, Shadow. So you take 5 points, a total of 10 bludgeoning damage, getting hit by just debris.
I take 5 too.
If it is underneath 14, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Right.
I had a 12, yeah.
Okay, so 5 points. Barry, you are fine. You are just quick and nimble on your feet. You're used to all of those rascally kids at the academy throwing stuff at you. So you've had training at this. You're like an old pro at this point. You're just like, oh, it's another tomato being thrown at me because I didn't take out that kid's trash on time. Oh well, goodbye.
Also, I am a champion at beer tapper, so I am used to darting around the bar quickly.
Yes, you are very used to. You're pro.
Yes.
At this point.
Your custodians, kids.
But as remind me how to say your name. Sladia. Sildia. Sorry.
No,
As
fine.
you get hit, so does Amy, and you also take that 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
At that point, Amy's going to suddenly just be sitting on Syldia.
Like on my back.
Welcome to being a spider, kids. It ain't fun. You die quick.
You die quick. Yeah, after the first blow. Yeah, suddenly Amy is just kind of on top of Syldia, like, oh, we haven't done this since we were kids.
No, not for a while. You're a little bit heavier now.
Oh, sorry. And she'll sheepishly get off of Sylvia's back. Sylvia's weak.
So you
And-
two.
She'll brush herself off because that's a little awkward. They haven't been close in a while.
Yeah.
It's not like they still braid each other's hair. Though
Take
she
3
misses
points of awkward damage. No, I'm kidding.
Ooh, right in the soul.
I'll be thinking about this 3 weeks from now, replaying it in my head.
Yeah. As I fall asleep.
So as you guys make your way through this town, you notice the ghosts start to peter off eventually. Like there once was a giant stream of them heading in that direction. Starts to be it lessens, kind of like the dam is broke, the big release has happened, and now it's just a little bit of almost like a trickle at this point. what you see ahead of you out of the darkness kind of looming is this giant church that the barman had mentioned to you before as being the only other really, really safe place in town to be. It's this tall tower ahead of you, reaching up. You see at the very top of the tower is a perfect cutout, and you see this giant bell standing there that he had mentioned as well, that this Brother Bartholomew would ring the bell to signal when everything was going to be all clear. But as you look up there at the top of this tower, you don't really see anybody up there. It just kind of seems empty at the moment. And as you get closer, there's a couple of bushes kind of hedging off this giant courtyard around this church itself, where it's tucked off into its own little block. A few ghosts still rise out of this yard, and you realize it's not just any kind of courtyard. It's a graveyard surrounding this church. As you move closer though, and like I said, the ghosts are less. There's 2 or 3 kind of going up that way. You start to hear something different. There's this where you heard the crashing of rocks and dirt and the ripping of trees. It's not so much anymore, but you do hear these giant whoosh, whoosh. Something's almost getting ready to take off like a bird, but much, much bigger. Much bigger than that. And you are, it's a startling moment of everything's just kind of calm and silent right now. There's no more ghosts, there's no more wailing. And then you kind of look up towards this mountain that had once looked over this entire town below. And you see these 2 piercing red eyes looking down at all of you from the top of this mountain. And this slow grin start to spread. And it's at the top of the mountain. It's far away, but it is big. Very, very big. It's this smiling face at the top of the mountain, just looking down at all of you. And you see it just start to play around. You see hands light up, and it's slowly illuminated from beneath. And you see this giant, just demon at the top of this mountain, just slowly rising up and opening these giant wings out ahead of him. And he has these spirits just swirling around him, and he's just playing with them, laughing, smiling to himself as he plays with them, and just sort of molds them into whatever shape that he wants. And it's not long from there that you start to hear laughter not far from you, this demonic kind of just laughter in different places around you. You are standing outside of the church. The ghosts are pretty much gone at this point. What would you like to do next?
Kayla, I just want you to know that was really terrifying. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't love it.
It's making me think of Fantasia with that dun 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 dun. It doesn't help that right behind Scrat's image behind himself. It's that thing, the winged demon.
You may have just stumbled upon my inspiration for tonight. On Bald Mountain.
Ah!
Yeah, I'm getting very Fantasia versus Dark Souls vibes from this, and I'm really scared now.
I'm scared. I have to be more serious now.
What would you all like to do? You're outside of the church.
I'd like to cuddle puddle.
In the middle of the street.
Yeah, just cuddle puddles.
I will look at Shadow, our resident demon child.
No, that's not my dad. No, it's not my dad.
Uncle,
Could be a step uncle, I think. I don't know though. Do you want me to go up there and be like, hello, are you my father, Beelzebub's? Are you related? I don't think they look quite similar on blood and stuff. I don't know.
don't demons war quite a lot? Couldn't that be a bad plan?
Oh, yeah.
It was a long shot.
Yeah, we have weird family trees on the demon side.
I can only imagine.
Again, more laughter is kind of like picking up in different places, and it's various tones of laughter. Some are higher, high-pitched, and then you have like lower, more demonic kind of just slowly starting to get closer to you guys. You're still out in the middle of the street.
Well, I'm gonna become one with the shadow. I'm gonna go super fast, and I'm just gonna do that. Oh, wait, that. I'm just gonna a little bit hide. I'm gonna hide myself.
Give me a stealth. I believe you get advantage because you are invisible.
All right. Why are my rolls so
13.
bad? Oh my god.
You can roll real dice. I don't mind. It's up to you if you want to roll real dice or not. But the 13 stands. You kind of shrink back. The others kind of notice you're kind of like more like huddling down, trying to become one with the darkness, as it were.
I'm a shadow.
Yeah, but you know, the others around you are not quite as cloaked.
Oh, well. Given my 9 intelligence, that right there.
It's okay.
You know, I thought about putting all of those 9s up to 10s for you. And then I thought, no, I'll do the min-maxi thing and make him a super edgelord, and you're making me regret it.
I'm sorry, Scrat. I'm sorry. I've let you down. I really have.
No, you're so precious.
You're playing the character like it's meant to be played.
I love
that
it.
much edge and that much of just edge is it's meant to be seen by everyone.
I agree. I agree. Although, if you want to try and take my edge crown from me, when I think it was the last Academy Day or the Academy before, I was so edgy. My patron, the Fiend, abandoned me. Even my patron didn't understand me.
That is your edge right there. All right, so you guys are still out in the open. Shadow is currently kind of hiding to the best of his abilities, kind of cloaking himself with shadows. But you know things are going to turn real south. This is the calm before the real storm hits, essentially. What would you like to do?
Shall we run?
I think the sweet taste of death might be good too.
Okay, I mean, come on. I mean, no, maybe?
Sometimes you just gotta live into the shadows and be dead.
Live into the shadows and be dead. Do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself?
I ride the shadows. I am the shadows. I am death.
Okay, all right. You ride in a white stallion. Yes. There are buildings around us, right? But
Yes, right in front of you exactly is the church, and it's a wide graveyard in front of it. You see the large tower of it. that seems like the place to go from what you were told before. The buildings around it are kind of all just torn asunder. You know, from it being a graveyard, this is probably where most of the dead came from, and they have just had their way with the surrounding buildings. So essentially, the church is like, that seems like the only place that is still intact. It's still slightly leaning, the tower, but it looks intact. Nothing is broken. Nothing has been harmed. It's this like sort of like refuge. You get the sense, even from your own divine connection, that something is protecting that place heavily.
Guys,
Head towards the church. Head to the church. Head to the church.
head to the yeah.
Take me to church.
Take me to church. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
As you all hurry into the graveyard, across the graveyard, and up towards the church, the laughter starts to get a little bit more manic, and you see the large demon up above is just continuing to work and play, not minding you really any like big attention. It's not worth his time. He's more kind of like more just creating and building these different things, but the laughter is getting more and more manic and more just like it's building into this almost like manic laughter, this where they can't control their own joy and happiness at this moment. As you guys race up, let me see, you start to see darts out of the corner of your eye, of just things darting around you and just flying. Some are slithering across the ground in different places. You see figures. Yes.
Could I appraise them from a distance?
Give me a perception. Do you have dark vision as well? Or...
As it happens, yes I do.
Oh, okay. All right.
Even magical. Maha.
Nice. Nice. Very nice. Yes.
But I'm not
so
very perceptive.
Okay. You do see figures. You do see these figures. But you don't get a great look at them. Occasionally you see like a forked tail almost, and you're like, maybe there's a tiefling or something. Oh, hey.
Thank you very much, Michael Wayne, who has gifted a sub to Angel Writer. Angel Writer, you have an advantage to gift a player of your choice. Let us know who you'd like to give it to.
They're gonna need it.
Yeah.
As you see these, like, occasionally you see like a forked tail maybe, and you think like maybe they're tieflings, maybe they're friendly, hopefully, but you definitely see figures darting in and out around you as you get closer, and these beings get closer and closer to you. As you get closer to the church itself, you're almost racing for the doors, trying to beat them. But as you get up into the courtyard itself, let me see. I have a map, you guys. I've built a map. You guys would be about here, racing up across all of these graves. As you are racing through these tall gravestones and this uneven earth, eventually these things just close in on you quickly. And I would need all of you to roll me initiative.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay.
Let me see. Let me get the initiative up so I can know.
Oh, that's not good.
That one? Yeah, there we go. Okay.
7.
7.
That's a 15 for me.
Okay.
That's still, yeah. Sorry, I don't know if you guys knew.
Oh, you're fine.
For me. Exact.
15.
I
Alright.
got a 16 if I'm not muted. Oh, I'm not muted. All right. Good.
Good. Jolly good.
3.
3. Conquering as ever. Very.
So dexterous.
We're so on it. We're not completely distracted by all the death and demons at all. Syldia is leading the way. Syldia,
fact-
leading the
That's okay. They rolled terribly as well.
But still better than me.
Yeah, surprisingly. All right. So Amy was. Remind me one more time.
7.
7, 3. Enter. You were. Celia was 14?
15.
15. Pardon me.
You know.
15.
Oh,
4. All right. For right now, we will keep it as that. Oh. And descending, which means Shadow, you are first. You see these figures just closing in on you rather quickly, and you know they're probably going to get. I mean, it's a very threatening, sudden jerking motion as these things come at you.
Right. I'm looking at how to use a hex blade right now.
Warlocks learning themselves for the first time. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Typical warlock things to do.
Is there something about like putting on the armor or something? Or like
There's Shadow Blade, where you can forge a sword out of shadows.
Mhm.
There's Armor of Agathis, which you'd have to read it, but I'm sure there's something to do with armor. And you can curse people because of your Hexblade.
Now, how far am I from people?
You're all rather bunched up together. Like I said, you are about here, racing towards the front doors.
Okay. All right.
Yep, somewhere around there. That general area.
that's where they are. You said, over here.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Around somewhere. This is like the main. This would be the main entrance. Walking through these graves. So you'd be somewhere around here, heading towards the front doors, which are located right here.
Okay. All right. Is there a possibility that I can hold my action?
You can hold your action. What action would you like to hold?
Like everything for now.
But there's no passies there's no passing and come back to me later.
Shit.
Yeah, you rolled first, boy.
I know.
Cast Shadow Blade and then curse something.
I would like to cast Shadow Blade
Okay.
and curse someone.
You
Has descended upon us as the patron now. He
He is the patron. Your patron saint of Sir Scratticus.
I could have made. I do have a patron thing made. It's on D&D Beyond. I could have made him a patron of Scratticus.
Of course you could have. All right, so Shadow Blade. I would like to use Shadow Blade.
Okay.
Where is it? Hold on.
Hold your hand out in this giant blade. It's longer than any blade really should be. It's impossibly long. It's huge. It's thick. And it comes to a perfect cut at the top. A la Cloud in Final Fantasy VII. You're welcome.
Oh, I was straight up thinking a penis. I'm sorry.
Same.
I was thinking like a throbbing red and black, like Shadow the Hedgehog. You know, I don't know if you've heard of him, but big red and black just thing.
Is that what you would like?
Details I didn't really know.
Or a big black and red Buster Sword would be good too. That's good.
Pick your references now while you still can.
Black and red Buster Sword like Cloud.
Black and red Buster Sword it is.
Thanks.
All right. So you turn and you hex one of them?
Yes.
Remind me about hex. Post it in the chat, please.
Hex. Yeah, let me.
Hex.
Is it Relentless Hex? It is Relentless Hex.
No, it'll be
You also
Hexblade's Curse. It's the first one in your.
Oh,
on your
right.
feats.
Right. It's this one. Don't worry about the second one.
Okay, you just get bonuses to damage. Okay. All right, so you hex the one that is closest to you, I assume?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, so you turn, you get this giant, huge Buster Sword in your hand that has no right of actually existing. But you look at one of them and there's this particularly gleeful imp flying towards you rather quickly, and you just hit him, and this hex like grabs him almost by the throat, but he is still coming. Do you also get to attack when you summon the sword? It's been a while since I've had.
Pretty sure any attack roll you make against a cursed target is
I would
critical.
assume you get to. It's like a free action to summon it.
Yeah, free action, I think, to summon it. Please. Okay, as a bonus action, choose a target that you can see within 30 feet. The target is cursed for 1 minute. The curse ends early if the target dies. If you die, when cast.
Okay, we'll say that you summon the blade, cast the hex, and then hit it.
All right.
Which, if you hit it like that, it automatically crits when you hit it, correct?
Okay.
Am I reading it correctly?
Automatically crits on a 19 or 20.
On 19 or 20. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just hit it normally.
Okay.
Roll damage for me.
11.
11 psychic. You turn on this thing, cast your hex, and just swing down at it, and it just cleaved in half. There we go, Shadow Blade. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Still learning this class.
That's okay.
You are doing wonderfully, Ken. We are here at the Academy. It is all about learning. I'm glad we can go on this journey with you.
Thanks, Scrat.
So you turn and you hit this thing rather hard, and it just cuts right in half. You have now killed the first one, but there are still many more swarming in towards you.
Oh no.
Which means, do you want to move your action, or do you want to use any movement? You're muted,
darling.
Hello there.
Hi.
I would like to pull back on my movement. I'd like to dash away, or run away, or whatever.
Right towards the doors, or just stay with your party?
I'd like to Naruto run over to
Naruto run.
with my Buster Sword behind me. I would like to run over to probably Amy Rose and be like, "I'll protect you."
Okay, so you are staying close to Amy. All right. Next up is Sylvia. It is your turn. You are surrounded by these creatures all flocking in towards you.
I am surrounded. Let's trying to see if I can find anything I could get a couple of them, but I don't want to use full slots. So I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the one closest to me, or closest to my friends, just in general.
And he has to make a dexterity. Is that correct?
Yes.
Does an 11 beat your spell class?
It doesn't.
All right, roll me some damage.
Yes, ma'am. What? Okay.
Oh, it has advantage, so 21 actually.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, it has magical resistance.
Oh, yeah. Well, that does it.
Okay.
Well, what about, so what is your policy on casting spells as a bonus action? Like if I wanted to cast Spiritual Weapon?
I would say nothing past level 3.
Okay, that's cool. That's what I'm here for. All right, then I will cast Spiritual Weapon at level 2.
That's a bonus action anyway, so you're good there.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Spiritual Weapon, level 2, and then the one closest to me will get an attack roll against it. And this Spiritual Weapon looks
Give me them
like,
good
yes.
details.
So it oh no, okay. So it looks like a big book, like just like a book, and it's gonna get whacked with it.
Hell
She's
yeah.
Jumanjiing this.
That was really, really good. That's a
Like
double
a-
7.
Nice. A bug on a desk. Your spiritual weapon forms into this giant book, snaps shut before it, and then just slams down on it. And you can you get me some damage?
Yes, of course I can. For you,
Thank you. Thank you, Dio.
ooh, that's 11.
11. Perfect. You hit this thing so hard. It literally splats in front of you. And you notice as these two have now just kind of like fallen off, all around them, these other ones that are all coming in towards you are just cackling as they see their brethren just fall and die. They think it is the funniest thing they have seen ever. And they're just just laughing maniacally at it.
Okay, all right, they're creepy. Okay, got it.
Next, do you want to use your movement?
Yeah, so where would I be? Would I get an opportunity attack if I was to move?
Not yet. No, they're not entirely around you. They're still like 10 feet off, but they will close in on you in the next round.
I think Sylvia would move behind Barry. She'd move behind Barry.
Okay.
I will protect you.
Yeah, that's what she thought.
You move behind Barry and use him as your shield of
Shield.
janitorial powers.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Amy, you are up next, my dear.
All right, with Shadow the Hedgehog, kind of running over to me and standing in front of me, she's going to lean out from behind Shadow and cast Sunbeam all the way to through everything to the church door.
Okay.
So
Give me
just kind of like, I guess, like, Kamehameha, like, I guess mode.
perfect.
I
Yeah.
recognize that technique.
It's over 9,000.
We learned this at the, at the school academy class thing,
Of course.
library,
Of
this is how we all link together here. So yeah, I guess any creature that is in the way needs to make a constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. All right, let's throw.
And if anything is undead, it or an ooze, but I don't think anything's either of that. It has a disadvantage.
All right.
Question. Really just like question.
Mhm.
Was Shadow in the beam or were you like not in the beam?
No, you're not in the beam. I leant out and went. "Nyeh."
All right.
With that exact sound as well, just "Nyeh." It's not as exciting as Kamehameha. It's just "Nyeh."
Sounds like
It's a little.
What's
It's
your
a-
spell DC? I don't think any of them beat it, but humor me.
My spell DC. That is a great question, Kayla. Hang on, I do have this information. I do have it, thanks to my handy dandy
maybe the
5th
17.
edition character sheet on our app. Hashtag not sponsored. It is 15.
15. Okay, only one of them manages to save. But can you give me the damage?
Okay, the damage is going to be 6d8 radiant damage.
Yowza.
Give me them good clicky clacks.
Yeah. Actually, it'll be easier to roll 20 this one. All right.
24. Whew.
Wow.
That could have been better.
You could have done better there, darling. So,
And
Why are
even
you
if they save, they take half. Is that correct?
Oh, if the, yeah, let's. Oh, and they're also blinded. Anything that is does thing. But yes, half and isn't blinded if they pass. But blinded if they don't. Oh, you're muted. I thought you were swearing at me for a moment, like fucking Alex. Fucking Alex.
No. You cast the spell, and it's like just this giant, just like a camera went off, and you see everything around you, a lightning strike, and you see everything around you in this good radius. These imps that were all closing in around you are just immediately evaporated in this intense light. They just immediately go up. But you get this flash around you. You see a couple of other imps that also just kind of just immediately just go out. But further out beyond that light, even though it hurts your eyes to like look through it, you see just a mass of like these other demonic forms. All of them just kind of like shielding away from the light like this for a moment. And as the light kind of like dies down, they come out and they just look at you, and they're even more interested and intent, and just they laugh and cackle as everything goes back down to dark after your light fades away. And they're just, the laughter is cacophonous around you, and you hear their skittering just getting closer and closer again.
I'd like to do a bonus action.
Yes.
I'd like to do a run and like start walking towards the door of the church, please. Yeah, that would be great.
You move your motion.
The door of the church.
You use your motion. For right now, we are out of combat. For the moment, let's see. Yeah. So all of you, I'm assuming, run up to the door hurriedly after seeing these beings just outside of this light, and you hear them like scurrying in between the graves. You hurry up to the door and just start banging on them.
Sanctuary! Please give us sanctuary!
You hear this like kind of like rustling inside, and a couple of like people who kind of like they're like crying inside. You hear children and women and just older men and just like all of these people inside that just kind of like shield away, and they're like terrified at hearing this noise. But you hear one voice on the inside come through. What are you doing out there? Who are you?
Travelers, let us in! The dead are rising. There's ghosties. There's like, thingies. Just please, let us in. 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 Let us in.
Penny.
Yeah, Penny. Yep.
He pauses for a moment. I can't let you in. Are you out there? Do you see the statue? Give me a perception check real quick.
Oh no.
You got this. I
Can we
believe
all
in
make
you all.
that, or-
Yes, all of you can.
I got an 8.
8, okay.
Come on, Dark Vision, help me out.
I mean, I saw nothing really. No.
It's just like,
And
I'm
more.
still like trying to like. I should have worn sunglasses. Like, why
It
did
was
I get
really
that
bright.
light? You're still like kind of like dazzled by it. Like birds are flying over your head.
Mm-hmm.
What was yours? I was looking at
Sylvia.
Yeah, Sylvia. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a 7. My passive is way higher.
Okay. Passively, you did see it on the way. You saw like larger kind of like things over to the side. But as you look around now, you're like, where again?
I'm just on all the undead.
Yeah, it's. I mean, all of you are kind of like disconcerted by all of it. Barry, you're the one after a beat. You kind of pick up on it, and you look over, and you see this. It's dark again outside, but you see a statue that's rising up out of it. It's kind of tucked off to the side of the church, sort of behind it. And it's just a regular like grave statue of like a woman on her knees praying, and in front of it is a large kind of sarcophagus of marble in the ground. And as you look over at it to be like, oh yeah, that's where it is, you see this demon crawl over it onto this woman's shoulder and is just looking at you, holding onto the statue's head, just laughing at you as you look over at it. And you hear from the inside past the doors, you're like, go to the statue. The mallet, get the mallet. You need to get the mallet and then I can let you in. I can't let you in before. You were muted.
But, I mean, you could let us in before.
I can't let you in.
Oh, I mean, you could.
Have you considered that you could?
Get the mallet. You're wasting time.
Oh, you want us to break the door down?
I don't
Please
think that's what they're
don't.
saying, Shadow.
You hear inside just a lot of like like terrified women and just screaming at the idea that you're going to break down the doors and they're inside.
Well, huff.
You're going to let all the
I
demons.
will puff.
And I'll bust.
Can I turn to our group and say, guys, chill out. I mean, if we go in there, we need that door. Can I then turn to the demons and, I mean, are they just general undead? Could I tell that?
They are not undead. They are, in fact, fiends at this point.
Ooh, what kind of language do they know?
It depends.
Do
What are you
they
gonna
know?
try and say to them?
Do they know infernal?
Some of them might, yeah.
All right, just future reference. Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted. No, thank you.
All right now, but I'll do it. I'm not gonna do it. Sorry. I had a small moment where I was like, I'm gonna use my only 6th level spell slot. And then I was like, nope.
Nope, save it.
Nope. But I am gonna cast Spirit Guardians
Okay.
around us.
Mind posting the spell in the chat?
Of course.
Just to remind me, I forget I don't have my book with me. Otherwise, I would
I'm
look
sorry.
it up myself.
I'm also working in in D&T Beyond, so I feel like I'm working in.
Oh no, that's fine.
Okay.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Not
Yet.
but they could if they wanted to.
They definitely could.
And
Alright.
I cast all my friends to be unaffected by it.
Okay.
And do they follow me? So if I was to walk up
Yes,
to the...
it's centered around you if I remember the spell correctly.
Okay.
Oh
Then
shit.
Zoldia is going to cast those and then walk towards the statue.
Okay, as you take a moment, you utter this tiny prayer to yourself. All of a sudden, these little angelic beings surround you and circle around you, and slowly you start making your way there. And it's this force of good goes up around you just in the nick of time as you see a few more of these tiny imps just hit it and just kind of like go out. And again, there's more laughter and just screaming, and they're like dancing around you as they see their friends just fall, just every single one of these demons. But they're held at bay as you walk through them, and you slowly make your way over towards the statue. But in front of it, you still see that one demon kind of perched up on top of the statue, just looking at it. His hand is like clawed over it, and he like opens up these spiny wings as he looks at you, and he just kind of goes hisses, and he takes a shot at you. Let's see.
Okay.
20 and 5. I'm assuming the 20 hits. The critical miss doesn't.
The 20 does hit.
20. All right. Let's see. You take 6 piercing and 6 fire as it like lashes out this spiny tail and slashes it at you. And 2 of these spikes, one of them skews off and hits another demon and it falls down dead. And everybody laughs at this. But this other one just hits you right in the shoulder, really deep, burning hot.
Sorry, I'm looking at all the things.
Yep, it happens every time.
Of course.
Looks like we got a new friend.
The Lady Ori, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in, Raiders. It's a pleasure to have you. Oh, hi.
You came in at the perfect time.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what to do.
And also, thank you so much for that sub. You have an advantage to give to a player of your choice.
Okay. I am going to... Oh, wait. Whatever. Okay, so when my spirit guardians, not gardens, do they do any damage to him? To that?
He is outside of it, just outside of it, and he is like swinging his tail, and these spikes just break off almost effortlessly and just fly in your direction. Well, one of them does.
Okay, how far is he away from me?
Right now, he is just on the outside. He's out 20 feet. So you step another 5 feet forward, and he's going to be inside of your space.
Okay. I will step forward. I'll, continue to step forward. And...
Well, you will hold that for your next turn, because I think we should probably go back into initiative for this,
Okay.
since you're still more surrounded, which would bring it back to Barry.
Barry would step with Sylvia.
Staying
I
inside
think.
of the
No, wait, hang
circle.
a minute. Sylvia has her own magic, right? So,
She currently has spirit guardians up around her, so anything that's entering into the space is having difficulty moving and takes damage when it stops in there.
Okay.
They're very angry-looking librarians.
Yes.
For my bonus action, I would like to step close to Sylvia Moonstone. I will lay a hand on her shoulder blade and say, Ryuga Waga Teki Walker out! Which of course means the dragon consumes my enemies as I cast Dragon's Breath
Nice. I love this spell.
on Sylvia. Oh, sorry, that's it's rolling the not rolling the description there. I can change that.
That's it. What type of breath are you having her do?
Lightning.
Lightning.
Hurts most things.
You touch her, and immediately as his hand touches your shoulder blades, you feel this crackling in your throat, and you just can't contain it as it's right there gripping at your throat, almost like you're getting shot. And as you open your mouth, this just straight lightning erupts and hits these things. It's split. Let me see. It's just a cone, correct?
Yeah, they get to choose whether they direct it though.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw, 3d6 damage, which is... That doesn't look right. Wow. Wow. When I rolled that, it hit 3 nat 1s on the 3d6.
Oh no!
I feel like I would roll, right? It's code.
Yeah. Yeah, did we count my roll? I was just trying to flash the spell card. Maybe Sylvia could roll? Please, Dungeon Master, please.
I will be merciful this time. Go ahead. She can roll. It's coming from her throat.
Okay. It's not Barry's throat, but my own. Okay, 3d6.
Give him that good morning breath.
Dragon breath. 14.
14. Very nice. You open up your mouth, and to the extent of how far away these things are, you just kind of like anything that already was inside of your bubble and had not already died from it, as you just let this cone go, it immediately is just gone. They're not very strong, these imps, but you at least see like 2 or 3 just, they get hit with this lightning and they just kind of like seize up for a moment. They're like already jerky motions become even more like distorted, and then they eventually fall down slightly smoking.
Okay, got it. We need more EOA. Come on. Anybody got a fireball for me?
I mean, I can.
Yeah, I've got some stuff I could throw out there if I needed to. All right, yeah.
It's funny you should mention that, Shadow, because it's your turn.
All right.
Actually, 1 second, because that was a level 2 bonus action.
Oh, never mind, Barry. It is still your turn then.
So, having cast a level 2 bonus action spell, what can I still cast?
I would say up to level 3. I wouldn't go anything past it.
Okay. How many creatures are around us?
There are, I mean, it. From what you can see, it goes pretty deep. They're just crawling out of the woodworks. There's innumerable amounts. Most of them are imps, but there's a lot of just different demons all around you right now.
Are they mostly between us and the statue? If I was to draw a straight line 100 foot long and 5 feet wide?
Yeah. You can definitely clear the path, as it were, Moses.
Yes, I would like to do that as I Hadouken! And
Fuck.
cast lightning bolt. And this one's also giving out a spell card instead of an attack, but we can change that. Here it comes.
That's okay.
So my spell DC.
Oh, then you just spelled,
my spell DC is 16. It hasn't shown up the damage for me.
Yeah, it didn't show up the damage either. Let me see those.
Let me go back to. Oh, I might have clicked the wrong thing. That might be why.
Oh, Barry, you're all show, aren't you?
Seems that way at the moment.
Let's see. We're gonna roll.
Lightning bolt, 8d6.
Hang on a second, let me fix the spell.
Oh, that's okay.
Thank you for that follow. Welcome. Saving throw. Dexterity versus spell. Try that on for size. There we go.
Nice. That is a lot better. All right. You let go of this. You let go of this lightning, and you go the full pose and everything. Drop down into it, and you let it go to clear the path. Quite a few things just get hit with it, and they jerk from the motion of getting seized up and then fall over smoking. But you also hear this distinct yelp of this, and then you look back and there's like a growl as this large hellhound walks out from behind the statue, glaring at you now, flames just licking up out of its mouth as it glares and just walks and stalks closer to you.
I'll just mutter to Syldia. I do not use magic lightly.
It's just a little puppy.
It's just a little puppy. He's just a mad little puppy. It's okay.
Just a little puppy.
Yeah, that was Raven saying that. Raven or Sylvia will definitely commit murder.
Yes.
I mean, I've already wanted a hellhound as a pet.
Do you want one?
You would.
Want it?
I kind of want
It's
to
your
tame
turn
it.
now, unless Barry would like to move anywhere else.
I'd just like to stay between enemies and Syldia for my turn.
Fair enough. So you kind of like guard her
Position.
from like the worst of it.
At least until they
Mostly your
move. They can move out of the way, but in the meantime, I will gladly be a meat shield.
Cool. So you are a meat shield to her as she slowly makes her way up towards it. Which brings us to Shadow.
Yeah, okay. So
You see a big angry puppy.
I see a cute angry puppy. What can I do to try to tame it?
You can try and I don't know if animal handling wouldn't even work, would it? You would probably need something to actually get it to stop.
There for like the rest of whatever is happening.
It's just a little puppy.
Just a little puppy.
It's just a little puppy.
Just pet it.
It's just a doggo.
Oh, it's a little doggo, yeah.
The wee little doggo.
It's just
All
a
right.
wee little doggo.
Spells you got, boy.
You know, since I've collected all of the emeralds inside of me, right, from that drink, I like to summon a greater demon.
You would like to summon a greater demon. Okay.
I would. How does that work exactly?
You should be able to click on the spell and it'll tell us.
I want to go supersonic. All right, where do you?
So on your spell list, you should just click on the title and it should like say what level would you like to cast this, and you should probably only be able to cast it at level 5.
It's not saying it on the spell list. It was on the like. Where are you? Oh my gosh. So it said it on the spells.
Yeah.
And it said summon greater demon at level 4.
If you click on the spell rather than on the cog next to the spell, it should do it. Should have a little pop-up. If you can't see the pop-up might be behind your character sheet.
Here we go. Hold on. Let me just.
You've got this. We believe.
You can do this, Ken.
Let me just send you that. Holy shit, that's a lot of things.
Use the edge.
Did you?
Oh shit! Never mind. Submit. There you go.
Behind your character sheet, right?
yeah, it was behind my character sheet. It was behind my. Oh my god! It was behind my character sheet. Yep.
You are lucky.
Right.
I have so many demons in my arsenal right now. I'm just gonna give you one.
All right.
So it has to roll initiative as well. So we will put him in.
Could we name it Supersonic Chaos Emerald Demon Man?
Ironically, I do have a shadow demon.
All right, cool.
I feel like you're asking the entire group what you could name it, and we're all just like,
Go for it.
Whatever.
I'm just gonna name it Tails. Let's go with that.
All right, Tails. We're summoning Tails, Shadow Tails, actually, because I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. I need my shadows, the summoned demon monster.
You utter this word in Infernal out.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, it seems like your shadow beneath your feet breaks away and becomes its own thing as it spreads these giant shadowy wings around it and just rises up to go and attack at the creature in front of you.
All right, Tails, I want you to tame that dog, okay? I want you to tame it and bring it back to me. Thank you. I have a level 9 intelligence. Just remember that.
It's just gonna attack.
yeah, Sylvia's like...
And it hits. Wow, look at that. Woo. It hits. And
it's
does...
just hitting random people, right?
It's hitting the Hellhound for him at the moment.
Oh.
And it reaches out with these shadowy claws and reaches out and just scratches across the front of this hellhound, and it yelps again, this giant gash across the front of it before it turns back and looks at you. It is very bloodied.
You're doing really good there, Shadow. Creature, tails, monster. Good job. I want it, though. I want the dog, yes.
It just looks back at you with these empty eyes, just even darker shadows, and just looks at you with these claws just floating there, flapping these giant shadow wings. Doesn't say anything, but it's paying attention to you for the moment.
That's good. That's good.
Bonus action or movement? Just staying.
I
with
would
the group?
I would like to use also oh yeah, here it is. Sorry. Shield? Can I do that or no?
That is a reaction.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
You're okay.
I end my turn.
Okay. Next up is Syldia. You are moving forward you are like the center of a little tiny bubble where you're just killing everything as you go along.
Okay. That's what I just looked up Spirit Guardians just to make sure that like am I supposed to be making any rolls? Okay. Got it.
Yeah, the only thing is damage. So typically, because these are imps that are mostly just running into your shield, if you roll anything higher than a 10, just tell me. And they're dead.
Well, it's 3d8, so I could get anything less.
They could get lucky.
They could. That's higher than
Only to get lucky.
That's a 13. So
13,
we're good.
yeah. Any imps flying at you are just hitting it and just getting swarmed by these like librarians, and books are just snapping shut on them, and they're just being cataloged in these different like drawers of cards and everything. They're just immediately going away the moment they hit this thing.
And is my spiritual weapon is still up?
Yes.
So it could still be like beating down other lesser.
Yes, if you would like to
demons.
make an attack with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That spined
whatever.
demon, I believe, is still up there.
Yeah. Take it down. That is a. That's a 12, I believe.
A 12. Let's see. That actually just misses. The book takes a giant swing at it, like backhanded swing, but it ducks and just kind of like growls at it, and then turns towards you and kind of like cocks its head to the side and just.
Okay, creepy. Okay, so Sylvia continues to move forward, and that thing that's like she'll move her full movement. I don't know how far that puts her in front of the statue, but she will attack the creature that's been attacking her with a guiding bolt.
Okay. Roll to hit it. It's not that hard.
Thank you so much, Arky Staffin, who's come in with another donation of £20. If you'd like to give someone a roll on a Wild Magic Search table or something like that, let us know, or you can do other things. Here's the donate command so you can see how much you have to spend, friend. Thank you.
17.
17? Yes, that definitely hits it. You, like, bring up this ball of radiant light and just send it at it. And it hits it in its chest as it's like cocked towards you, kind of like laughing. But the moment it hits it in the chest, it immediately just throws it backwards. It glitters for a moment and like flies out of your vision, but it doesn't come back at all. It's dead.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And Sylgia, as part of your turn, could you roll us a D100 as you've been nominated for that Wild Magic Search?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Alright. D100. Roll. 79.
79.
Uh-oh. I have no idea what that means. I'm just saying, uh-oh.
Oh,
Don't
no.
scare me like that.
It's so wholesome.
Does she get a pet?
You build up this ball of energy and send it flying out towards it. And it's like the moment when a hero rises up, all of a sudden, as your hands just let go of this guiding bolt, these butterflies shoot out of your hand as well and fly and flutter around you. And these petals of just divine light flutter and fall around you inside of this circle as almost like your god is telling you you're doing the right thing, you're going the right way, as it just surrounds you. And you have this just beautiful glow around you, all these little butterflies and flower petals.
That was so nice.
Good one.
Okay. And I'll if I could move up to the statue.
Actually, as you do send your thing, the guiding bolt kind of flashes as it hits him. You do see leaned up against the side of this statue is a long wooden pole. And at the end of it is this giant covered weight at the bottom of it. And it's about 5 feet tall.
Okay. I'll point that out to Barry, who's right beside me. I'll be like, do you see that? Oh, wait.
Barry's kind of looking at the petals floating around you in shock and is like, I'll do anything you say.
Okay, look at the thing.
I think I see it.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Next up is the Shadow Demon. Actually, your Shadow Demon. It is... Oh, yeah. There's a moment you see the Shadow Demon getting ready to attack the next thing coming at you, which would probably be the Hellhound again. But there's something that kind of clicks in its mind and something hits it as it just kind of pauses for a moment and something rearranges is the best way I can say. The energy within it rearranges itself, and suddenly it turns up towards the mountain and sees up there, the eyes meet the large demon up there. Their eyes meet, and there's a sudden he turns back towards you guys. Your Shadow Demon, as it raises up to its full capacity, wings spread wide, and goes to take a strike against you, Shadow, as it has now been turned by the large demon at the top of the mountain. So let's see.
Sabotage.
14. Does a 14 hit you, Shadow? He's turned on his master.
With a reaction of shield, can I use?
Yes, that would increase your armor class by 5, I believe.
Which would bring me up to a 15.
Okay, so he reaches out to just claw against you, but as you throw up this shield of just your shadow energy, it clinks off of you, and he just growls in this sinister way as he continues to just he's almost narrowed in on you now. You are his main target at this point.
Sorry.
You okay?
My keyboard may not be, but I am.
Oh
Oh no.
No.
But does it smell of cranberries?
Or of beer.
You know her too well.
It's gonna be either cranberry or beer, but don't worry, I'll figure it out. It's fine, it's fine. I've got tea towels right here.
It is your turn next, so.
Well,
Alright.
I cast a moonbeam.
Emergency moonbeam.
Everybody has an emergency moonbeam in their pocket.
I'm gonna cast a moonbeam at a 5th level.
Let's see if we can.
Basically, it's a silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder placed down in a point within range. So basically, wherever the naughty, creepy crawlies are.
Naughty boys.
Exactly, wherever the naughty boys are residing, I will place that down upon them. And it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause a searing pain. And it must make a Constitution saving throw.
The Shadow Demon doesn't make it. Is your what's your DC again?
15.
15. Okay, so the Hellhound does make it.
Okay.
Shadow Demon does not.
All right.
2d10, yes.
2d10, but because I'm casting it at a level 5 instead of... Yes, it gains 1d10 per level. So that actually makes it 5d10.
5d10, yes. You are correct.
Dude.
Get
Give him the bad touch.
Burn, baby, burn.
Oh,
32.
that's
Very
a good one.
We got one nat one in there, or fail, but otherwise, solid roll.
Oh, solid. The Hellhound gets hit with this intense thing. It shrugs off most of it, but it's still enough to just open up its wounds and carve through it as it falls to the ground. The Shadow Demon takes the full damage of it. It gets hit in the chest, and the light sort of illuminates it from the inside out. And you see all of these spidery black veins going through its arms and its wings. But it doesn't. Let me see. It does take the full damage. Yes, it does. So it does take the full damage of it, but it's still standing, still up. It's hurt, bloodied for sure. As best of bloody you could guess a Shadow Demon would be.
Right.
Yeah.
I now can keep that beam up for my next turn as well. So I would like to do that. That's where my focus is going. Other than also my keyboard.
All right. Bringing it back around to the imps that keep trying to attack you guys. I'm just going to make a few rolls, see if any of them hit you. Probably not. Let's see. Ooh, when that hit, that one probably will go against Barry. This one is for Sylvia. That one is for, let's go, Shadow. And 11 against Amy.
11 does not hit.
11 doesn't hit you, so you don't get hits. You don't get the sting bite.
Don't stay.
11 doesn't hit either.
And this is a bite, right? It's not any sort of ranged attack.
Yeah. They're moving up there and trying to bite into you.
Okay, fair.
Sorry.
It's all good. I'm fine.
You'll be fine. I believe in you. That
I might
one
not
is
be
yours.
fine. Oh.
4 plus 4, 8. And the poison damage. Can't do math right now. 17.
It's way more than 20. It's way more than 24. Avenge me!
Oh no! You see him fall beside you. Your protector, your meat shield gets hit.
My meat shield!
He falls down beside you.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
My enemies
Sylvia, you've got
fall
heals.
like cherry
Got
blossom.
heals. Don't worry.
This
I'll protect him from actually being dead.
6 plus 8, you get 6 piercing, Shadow, and 8 poison damage.
All right. Hold on. Let me just see. Is there any? Nope. I can't do anything to react or anything because I already have. Yeah. Okay.
You used reaction. It was still 15, but I mean, he rolled a 21.
Thanks,
Are you
Kayla.
dead?
I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm not dead.
You got this.
Thank Ayun.
Next up is Barry, who is hurt bad.
I'm so close to death, though.
Go to Shadow. Yep, 12. You have a success on your death saves.
Oh.
I'll be fine. It's just a flesh wound. Shadow, it is your turn.
Yeah. I would like to do my fuck.
You do see, when Sylvia mentioned it, you do see that that long pole with the weight on it. And you can only assume that's what he meant when he mentioned the mallet.
Right. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna aim for that with a nice Eldritch Blast.
You're gonna aim for the mallet?
Or something. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in shock right now. I just saw Barry just fall to the ground.
Okay. Just to recap, there is your shadow demon who has been turned to now follow all the other demons. There is the mallet that you need to get at. There are still demons all around you, but right now, currently, Syldia's spirit guardians are sort of keeping them at bay. You're all inside this bubble of 15 feet all the way around that is keeping you pretty secure at the moment, or at least anything that gets through, you can just immediately slash it down. But the mallet that the brother had mentioned is leaned up over there.
All right, so I should go grab the mallet, is what you're saying.
That is what is going to get you in the door. That is what he said.
All right. Well, I'm going to first. Yeah, no, I'm just going to go run for it. I was going to say I was going to do poison spray around while I run.
Mm-hmm.
And just have that as a backyard protection, because it says that within 10 feet it can hit up to 2 targets, and it's like a saving throw thing.
Okay, if you want to spray some of them, because the shadow demon that you summoned currently is not on your side. It is your enemy. So if you spray him, it will do some damage.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Tommy coming in with a raid. Welcome, Raiders.
Raiders!
You just missed my character's death.
You're not dead yet.
R.I.P.
Well...
Barry.
Wow.
R.I.P. Barry.
I'm on 1 death save. Success.
You got this. You come back. I know you can do this.
Oh.
I don't want to kill the streamer that fast.
You
First time DMing, and I don't want to kill the streamer.
You can kill the streamer. It's nearly time. It's a one shot. You don't have to hold back.
Yeah, don't hold back. You can kill me if you want to.
I made an absolute mess. Did you see how many multi-classes I took? It's
Yes,
my
I
own
did.
fault
There were
I've
a
only
lot.
It's my
Yeah,
own
it's a
fault
lot.
that at level 11, my max health is 32.
Oh my god, that makes a lot of sense.
Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard. There's nothing meaty there.
And then monk there at the very end.
All right.
Janitor boy.
I would like to wait. This might actually be interesting. Hold on. Can I would like to use this.
What is it?
And I'm gonna cast it at a level 2.
Okay.
3.
Don't know what you're casting.
I know, the surprise. Oh man, tentacle porn.
You turn and you cast this, and this rip in the fabric just of space opens up, and these large tendrils reach out and they try to grab at your own shadow demon.
Mhm.
He has to roll.
While that's happening, I'm running for the mallet.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. He rolled a 3, so he immediately wrapped up in these tentacles. They don't damage him so much, but they do definitely hold onto him, and it makes it hard for him to move away and get at you, as there's these two forms of shadows just kind of clash against each other.
Nice.
All right.
And
Next
I go
is
for the
Sylvia.
mallet.
You go for the mallet. You
Alright.
run over
Yeah.
and you grab it really quick.
Alright, I'm right beside my best. I'm gonna say maybe Sylvia's best friend. Barry.
Save the janitor.
The janitor. And
Janitor.
she touches his arm and she's gonna cast Cure Wounds at a level 3. For you, buddy!
For you!
Okay. That's 17.
17.
Jesus.
You wake up and you still see those butterflies and petals just falling all around you as you look up into her face and just see her. It's the first thing you see when you wake up is she's just leaned over and touched you and brought you back.
I
You okay, friend?
must redeem myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're very weak, friend. That wasn't a lot. And then she'll use her spiritual weapon to hit some people.
All right, so you want to take a swing at the shadow demon? It's really the only big threat around you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll kill a shadow demon. That's not one.
Oh no! It swings and a miss.
Yikes.
The tentacles that are wrapped around it kind of like bat it away.
Ugh. Tentacles take the book. They start reading it.
Yep. They grab the book and hold it up in front of him. He's like, no!
I love it. All right. And then our boy Shadow. Our boy,
Yes.
our demon boy.
Are
he
them,
has,
yeah.
yes. He has the mallet, right?
Yes. He currently is holding the mallet, has picked it up, and is ready to run back with it.
I've got a buster in one hand and a mallet in one other hand. It's a really good time to be alive.
I believe in him.
It's a great
Maybe
time
the
to
only
be
time that Soldia has ever believed in Shadow.
I would like to free action believe in the shadow.
Believe it!
Oh god!
Where the fuck did that accent come though? Like,
Shadow demon is going to try to break the. Is he gonna try to break the grapple? No, I think
He
he's just
loves
gonna
the
try and
grapple.
reach out. Well, you know, everybody's got their kinks. Don't judge.
No judgment.
A 9 against you, Shadow.
no.
Misses? All right. He reaches out, and the shadow, one of the tentacles, grabs his arm before he can fully reach you, and just stops. And he's growling and thrashing, and all of these demons around are just dancing as they see it. And as you turn back, all of you now, as we come up to Amy's turn, you all turn back because you have the mallet. You're ready. Just go back to the doors. You see down the courtyard behind you, a light, it's a bright light, has lit up, and there's this. It looks like a figure as you stare at it, and it's this feminine form, but she's just bathed in flames, just licking all around her form, and you realize she's just dancing through this graveyard, this female of fire, and just
Dancing in the moonlight, everybody. Dancing in the moonlight. Yeah.
And she's
Sorry.
just setting different areas of the graveyard on fire right now around you. And you realize if you don't get to the door before she does, it's probably going to be bad news.
Oh, it wasn't my figure.
No, it wasn't you. There's a fire elemental.
Oh, I
Fire
thought it was my
elemental.
moon.
No.
Oh no.
It really
Sorry.
felt
Fire
it though.
elemental shaped like a woman is just dancing in the middle of this graveyard.
What is
Do I-
Soul doing here?
Do I like recognize her as like?
You don't
Anyway.
necessarily. It's just a fire elemental that is just happens to shape like a woman.
God.
A very curvy
Is she pretty?
naked fire
She's
woman.
sexy fire lady.
Yeah,
Can I-
she just. All right, Amy, it is currently your turn.
All right, moving my dancing in the moonlight to the lady.
So the lady, you want to hit the lady?
Yeah, I want to hit the lady with my moon beam.
Give me some damage.
Okay, so she needs to do a Constitution saving throw, I guess.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Fire elemental. Let's see what their constitution is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to burp as I did it. I guess.
Oh,
Oh, she completely fails.
Oh! Okay, so I
Yeah.
get to do 5d10. Oh, wait, no, I could do this without there we go. Thank you. Oh!
Nice.
Did I roll the same again?
no, a little. You got two more
Oh,
higher.
Yeah. You hit her, you move this moonbeam over, and it just showers her in light, and she just kind of goes, ah! And it's like this almost like dancing with it, but in pain still. It's this weird kind of like combination, but she's just kind of like shadows down from it like this. Just continues dancing that she's been commanded to do.
Everybody dancing.
Next up is imps. They continue to attack you. Let me see. I'll make a few. I'll just make 2. This one is again Syldia, and this one is Shadow. 18. Does 18 hit you, Syldia?
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
6 piercing and 8 poisoning. 12. Does that hit you, Shadow?
If my shield's up, then no.
You can burn another reaction to put the shield back up.
Yep.
Okay. So it doesn't hit you. Just Syldia. All right. Next up is our boy Barry, who is back up, alive again.
Our good monkey boy.
I shall not falter. How far away is the fire elemental, and is it the only enemy on the field at the moment?
She is currently further into the courtyard, but she's just slowly dancing and making her way over to the church doors. So essentially at this point, it's a race for you to get to the church doors first before she does.
See, now I'm a monk, so I got a ton of speed.
Yes, you do.
Is she 30 feet, 40 feet?
She is currently 60 feet away, while you guys are about 45 away from the doors.
Oh, okay,
But
cool.
if you're talking away from her,
Yeah.
the distance between the two of you is probably over 100 feet. Because you guys are coming in at 2 different angles.
Wait, can you just ping where we are and they are and she is in the map really quickly? Just to
Sorry, I have like a ton of character sheets open, that's why I wasn't picking it.
I'm sorry.
You guys are about over here,
Mhm.
right next to the thing. She is somewhere over here
Got you.
towards the doors. Yeah.
I didn't even
guys
realize
are
there was a
close.
map this whole time because I forgot you gave
Oh,
me
that's
DM.
okay.
You gave me DM access, so I have to move scenes myself.
Oh.
So when everyone else moves, they move automatically. I've been looking at that lovely starting image you gave us for this whole time.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's my bad. Okay. So I will run 40 feet to try and block her path rather than get to the church doors.
Okay, so you go over there and you stand kind of in front of her, ready in action? Or do you want to move double speed to get?
Can I ready both an action and a bonus action?
I don't think you can ready a bonus action, but you can ready an action.
Then I'll straight up just go for it, I think. I'll start by casting I haven't been rolling Wild Magic Surges this whole time. I will start by casting another Hadouken, this time Firebolt.
Okay, Firebolt.
11.
11 does not hit her.
Does not hit. Fair.
It does not hit her.
And I don't have meta magic as a sorcerer yet, so I can't do all the crazy stuff where you do lots of things. So I will stand and pose.
You stand and pose menacingly, ready for her to this dancing female form of flame, as she slowly sets more and more of the yard around you on fire. It's impressive. It's impressive. Next up is Shadow. You have the mallet.
All right. Do I just run to the door?
You can double action dash to the door.
I'm going to do that. So right there. That's just going to be like, cha! I've got the Buster Sword in one hand. I've got the mallet in the other hand. And I'm just going to go, doo-doo-doo.
You race over to the door, up to it, and you have the mallet in one hand, your sword in the other. On the other side of the door, you hear like more screaming and more like terrified, almost women and children crying and all that. But the brother kind of like leans in. Do you have it? Do you have the mallet?
I got weapons, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna open the door. Be careful. Don't let any of those things in.
You don't let any of those things in.
Nice.
Check on the people inside the door.
Hmm?
Can I do like an insight check on the people like telling us to get the mallet?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god.
You okay?
That die across the room.
Oh
No!
House
click-
rules, that was a 1.
No, I don't know what it was so far. But the other one was much better. What is my insight? Oh, it's really good. 24.
24. You get the sense, they're very scared, very panicked. The guy specifically who was talking to you, I don't know how to explain. He has this sort of like sense in the back of him of this like, we need to hurry this along. It's my fault, but we need to fix this right now.
Okay. Like, he just is like, okay, we're doing this. let's do it."
Essentially, you get the gist that the mallet being out here was not part of the plan. He was supposed to have it, and he never had it with him. So getting it inside to him is the best idea right now.
Okay. I'll just like quickly say to Shadow, I'll be keep that on you.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna give away my weapon.
You do hear a shifting inside of like a barrier being opened. Do you want to move closer to the doors? Try to like lock it, Sylvia? It is your turn.
So the first thing that I want to do is I want to heal my friends because I also need healing.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm gonna cast mass healing word at a 4th level, which means I get 2d4 plus 4. And I'm targeting, so I get up to 6 creatures. So if like any of my friends need healing, you're getting it.
You're getting the heals.
Yeah, that's 9.
9.
Healing for
9 more
every
points.
body.
Is that for Barry or
got
Shadow?
this.
Sorry.
That's
For everyone.
For,
It's
for
mass.
both of you.
Oh,
We
everyone.
got-
Very nice.
Oh, +9. All right. Thanks, love.
Yeah.
Minus. All right. There we go. 20. I'm good. I'm getting good. I'm getting good at this life.
And so we're all up against the door, or are we all trying to get up against the door?
Almost all of you are up against the door, I would say now. You're getting up there, except for Barry, who is standing further away between all of you and this fire elemental who is kind of just dancing around out there.
Okay, I'll grab Barry and I will pull him with me as we go up to the door.
By the seat of the pants, just drag him along.
Yeah. And as I do that, as I touch him and do my movement, I'll cast Cure Wounds at a level 1.
Okay.
And I mean, is the Shadow Demon still alive?
He is still alive, but he is currently grappled right now. In fact, it is his turn. Let's see if he can break
Okay.
the grapple.
Very quickly.
I
Thank
was
you
just gonna
very
bop
much.
him with my spiritual weapon.
Oh, that's his elemental.
Thank you very much, Tommy, for that
Oh, yeah.
resub. 8 months. That means it's only 1 more month until we have a sub baby together. I hope you're thinking about names, because I sure am.
Baby.
Can I
Well,
hit him
girl.
with my spiritual weapon?
Yes.
Oh wait, no, I already did my other attack.
Oh, yeah. You used it
Yeah,
both. That's all good.
I'll just do
Right.
Barry gets, I think he gets 8. Oh yes, he gets 8 healing.
Very nice. 8 more points to you, Barry. You're back up.
I am restored.
I'm at full health.
Nice. Amy, it is currently your turn. The doors behind you are starting to open. You hear a shifting of wood and like a barricade is coming off the door. It hasn't opened yet. There's like kind of like a clatter of chains now. Is there anything you would like to do to try to prevent anybody getting in?
I
There's
guess
still demons all around you. They're still kind of like dancing and playing and torturing each other, essentially, like tugging on tails and poking each other with forks. They're like fighting amongst themselves, but also focused on you as well. But the biggest threat is that fire elemental, because if she touches the church behind you, gonna go up.
Would it almost be possible to kind of back up into the like through the open doors, keeping the last breath of this moonbeam?
Yes,
like
you want to
in
keep the
front of
moonbeam
me?
on her, yeah. And she needs to make another Constitution, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let me check her.
This would probably be the last one because it wouldn't last, I think, much longer. And
8?
8 fails.
Awesome. Give me some damage on her.
Oh my god, Come on. Oh.
Not as high.
It's still pretty good. She's you hit her again with this like spotlight, and she again kind of like sways and flickers. It's definitely hurting her a lot more now. She's still just dancing, like trapped in this perpetual state of just dancing and flames and setting everything up on fire.
Cool. And but that's also going to be like, as I'm like, you know, backing up.
Because
Because
your
my
daddy taught you.
taught me good. Yeah, exactly.
The imps try to take another claw at the door, at you and the door. Let's see if they can. We'll do 2 dex checks to see if they can get in. As the door opens, one of them manages to sneak in through the little peep, and they go inside, and there's immediately screams and just chaos inside of the door. The fire elemental, because she's dancing, she's moving at half speed. She gets up within, let's say she's within 10 feet of you guys at this point. And it's hot. It's very, very hot. The flames are kind of like licking up 5 feet away from you and the door.
That's okay.
Dang.
She's close. Very close. Barry, it is your turn.
She is close.
Yes.
Then this is my time. I will rush in, duck low, and issue an uppercut with an almighty Shoryuken!
I'm done.
I'd like to use my advantage because I keep forgetting to state I'm going to use my advantage, and I've got 2 of them and I need to use them up.
Okay.
So
21. Awesome.
yeah.
You definitely hit her. Give me some damage.
That'll be 2 bludgeoning damage.
It works.
Yet, wait.
Every little bit helps.
Bonus action.
Okay.
Flurry of blows.
Keep punching her.
I turn and start doing a turning hurricane kick. And Tatsumaki Senpokyaku!
Oh my
To
god.
make 2 further unarmed attacks. Both, one with advantage there. And then the last one will be without advantage, I think. I don't think I've got any more advantages.
Can I give Scrap my advantage?
Yeah, sure, thank you. I'll take that.
There you go. Take it.
So you definitely hit him. Give me damage on both.
3
3.
and 6.
Ooh, nice. All right. Again, every hit that you manage to land on her, it makes the flames just flicker. Like somehow you're hitting through this flame and it's connecting somewhere. And you're definitely doing damage to her. But every time you're touching this elemental, you're punching straight into flame, and your arms start to set on fire. And with each hit, you also take an additional 5 damage, which stacked on top of each other is 15. You don't fuck with elementals.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm not dead, Ken.
You're not dead. You are not dead. I know you are not dead.
And also,
Sorry.
because I did have a little drink earlier, my drunken technique
means that I can use the disengage action as part of my flurry of blows and step back towards everyone else.
Very nice. I love it. Awesome. So you disengage and fall back with everybody else as they are pushing in towards the door. Shadow, it is your turn. The doors have finally opened up enough. You see a imp or two race in over your heads and is crawling along the ceilings. And this man, he's pretty young, but he's, got graying hair already at this point. He looks at you desperately and he kind of grabbed your shoulder, seeing that you have the mallet. And he's like, "You have to follow me. We have to go up the tower. We have to hit the bell now. Now, let's go." And he's physically dragging you as you head up towards the stairs, trying to climb this tower. He's going to double dash ahead of you, so he's moving a full 60 feet up towards the tower. Do you want to follow him?
I mean, do I have time to insight him?
If you would like, quick, give me an insight, yes.
Or do I trust this? I don't know.
11. You get the sense he is very, very, very panicked. And that's what he is doing, he believes to be the best option. But that's about it.
I mean, fuck it. I'll go up there with him.
So you were racing double dash up the tower with him?
No. I'm just going up there normally.
Okay, 30 feet up the tower.
Mm-hmm.
The tower, you get a sense as you step up into it. There's a small door. You enter it and head up the stairs. Only 30 feet. It's about all the way up. Is going to be about 100 feet tall, essentially, going up all of the stairs, climbing back on itself. So it's gonna take you another turn to really get up, essentially.
Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have hexed him and then teleported to him.
You're gonna hex. I mean, he is dressed as a man in the cloth, essentially, a priest. Think Friar Tuck.
Oh, okay. You know what? No, I'll double dash. I'll go up to him. I'll try to match his pace.
All right. So you guys are now halfway up the tower at this point, a little above halfway up the tower.
Yeah.
Sylvia, you are at the doors. The doors are opened. Demons are crawling in along the ceiling, starting to attack a few of the people that are inside, trying to hide in the pews. Yay!
Welcome, Arvan Eleron and the Arvanauts. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. We're fighting a fire elemental, and being a monk and getting fire damage back hurts.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
And trying to hold the doors because demons are creeping in.
Yes. So.
You are killing off most of them as they hit your 15-foot little bubble of spirit guardians. But still, some are managing to creep through.
Okay, so how many have creeped through?
I'd say about 3 at this point. And just most of the people inside are just kind of screaming and terrified. The prospect of these things are getting in now.
Crazy. I don't know what I can do about that.
There are several options. The doors are only open slightly, so you turn sideways, you can slide in and close them again. But
how far away is my spiritual weapon? Is everybody inside? All of my party inside? All my buddies?
I'm in the doorway, basically in, I think.
Yeah, Amy's pushing in as well. Barry just fell back toward you guys.
Okay, so everybody's in.
Almost, yeah.
Okay.
By the end of this turn, everyone will be in.
You can't go shutting the door, but we're there.
But
yeah, that's what I was gonna say, is that I shut the door.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I bring my spiritual weapon in if I can.
Okay.
It's within 20 feet. I pull it in.
I'll give it to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, DM. And to attack one of the demons that are inside, just kind of the closest one. If I can do that.
Give me a swing and a hit. They're imps. Ooh. They're gonna die real quick.
Yes, mama. 27.
27? Oh, yeah. Don't even bother rolling damage. At this point, you just hit it and it bashes it again. It's like another book falling down on the spider. It's dead. And it
Alright.
brings a little bit of calm, but there's still like 2 others that everybody's kind of panicked over.
As someone who was once a spider, I take personal offense to this.
Shadow demon.
It's the complexity of our relationship. I think Sylvia does it just to make Amy upset.
Yep.
And then so my friends. So the guys that are in front of me. Other 2. After I close the door, which isn't an action, or would you say that's an action?
I would say because they are such big, heavy doors and it took so much to just open them, it is an action to close them.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll close the doors and that's my action, and then I'm done.
All right.
And then I'll move towards Shadow.
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 It's Shadow.
Shadow.
It's Shadow the Hedgehog, all right. Okay.
Amy, you are now inside. The doors have shut. There are 2 demons inside. Your friends are heading up the stairs.
I would like to run towards the stairs, but as I do so, I would like to cast Cure Wounds on Barry.
All right.
Because I believe, Barry, you're in a bit of a rough state.
I am literally on fire.
He is literally on fire, yes.
Oh,
When it
Steve.
comes to fire elementals, it's no joke.
Yeah, I guess I rolled how high thing you get, right? Yeah? Yeah.
Yes.
You roll to heal.
Okay, I can only do that, but that is +7 to that. Because that's my
Okay.
spell modifier.
So
That's
13.
nearly all of my, nearly everything back. Nearly.
Everybody's taking care of the janitor. Yay.
Take care of your custodians, kids!
He'll take care of you.
They take care of you, take care of them. It's the circle of life.
All right, the imps that are along the ceiling are now, they descend and take they try to attack some of the commoners. They're screaming. It's kind of like chaos below as they all are trying to basically run and duck for cover, running for any like weapons. A few of them are like literally taking books and just chucking them at it. That kind of stuff. It's mass chaos inside of this place now. But Barry, it is your turn. You are at the stairs, at the bottom of the stairs, just
So-
inside the door. They're closed.
I did get inside the door.
Yes, I'm gonna give it to you for free.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
Because I was getting ready to go out in a blaze of glory.
Literally. But you are still on fire, so I would suggest taking care of that. Or at least your arms are up to
no.
your elbows.
Because now I am on fire. And as we know from my training back in the Shimada clan, that is a good thing to be.
Luckily, you're not on cooldown anymore, so go ahead, fire all your arrows. Is your ultimate ready yet? What percentage are you at?
Tee. I don't know. Can I like fire spells out a window?
All the windows in here are shut currently, so it's kind of like a box. There are a few like lanterns lit around the area to light it up inside of here, but everything is shut down and locked. Where the tavern was, everything was kind of like put together at the last minute. In here, it is built to withstand everything moving and hitting it. So there's no firing outside necessarily.
And is the elemental still approaching the door? Can I hear the flames getting closer?
You can definitely hear the flames outside. Give me a perception check on the door. Like you reach out and touch it to see if it's still hot.
Ah. I'm not
It's
sure if the
warm.
door's hot or if that's just my hand
warm.
burning.
Yeah. You leave a little scorch on it.
I will follow my friends upstairs then, I guess.
All right, double
Wait.
action? Or double move, or... Well, I would say the perception probably would be your action for the moment. But
Okay.
you still are monk, so you have like, what, 35, 40?
40 feet of movement without taking any dash actions. I can dash as a bonus action and all that business.
So you blaze on by them. Quite literally, blaze on by them. 80 feet, you are almost to the top of the tower.
Yes, I will blaze past them.
Shadow. Are you going to make the rest of your movement? This monk sees, or the man of the cloth sees Barry running, sprinting to the top. He's in shock, but he's still constantly moving. He's pulling you along, just kind of like tugging, making sure that you're coming. He's like, come on, we need to hit the bell. It's the only way to make all of this stop. Come. And he's just racing.
All right. We're moving, aren't we? We getting there. We getting there, sir.
Double action?
I'm using a double action. I could have just thrown it. Yeah, why not?
You dash all the way up there and get to the top, and there's a giant bell. It's huge. And this mallet inside of your hand, you didn't notice before, but the closer you got to it, it sort of starts to radiate, and it's warm in your hands, and it's sort of like, compared to the night around you, it has been like, everything's been like harsh and in on you. This mallet in your hand is very warm and very inviting, and it almost seems to vibrate with the same kind of resonance.
All right, I like a warm vibrating thing in my hand. I do. All right,
Would you like to beat the bell?
I would like to try to beat it out. Yeah.
All right.
Beat your bell.
In front of everybody, as they're all on the stairs, you
Very daring.
and just hit it, and there's this first big bell, and it's downstairs. Everything kind of falls quiet.
If it's Shadow doing it, does it count as beating the bell or edging the bell?
Probably edging it, honestly. A little bit of both, you know. Sometimes you have to hold out a little for the bell.
It's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Kayla.
She's so, I mean...
Yeah, that's the edge.
I can hear the bells.
You swing back, and you hit it again, and everything kind of like rescinds back a little bit more. It's this... Every time you hit this bell, there's a calming sort of sensation that fills you and just washes over everything. And you just keep beating it. And the brother over there. Shut up! Brother Bartholomew kind of looks over at you, and he's like urging you to keep ringing the bell, just keep ringing it. And you just, every time you hit it, everything starts to like wash back. From the tower where you are, you can see up the mountain. Every time you hit it, there's like this sort of like flash of light. And you see this giant demon that was up there just kind of like recoiling every time you hit it. And he's just sneering at it. And all these demons are sort of crawling down off of houses and sort of pulling away slowly. Every time it sounds, they just kind of rescend back, fall back. And just over the mountain, you can see the sun slowly starting to come up as the demons all kind of rescend. And as they all do, the ghosts that had rushed past you come back down from the mountain and slowly fall, almost like rain, coming and falling down back into their resting places as they go and rest in graves around you, just sort of like trickling, falling like rain all around you. And it's this sound, it's after going through so much and seeing so much, it's this reawakening of everything just slowly being put right around you as the night slowly comes to a close and the morning comes up, and you guys have all ended the curse of Bald Mountain until another 50 years. The mountain will awake again, but the mountain for now closes up on itself and goes back to sleep. And you guys all stand triumphant as the morning rises around you.
If I may make a suggestion, brother. Leave the mallet near the bell.
Yeah, why is this mallet so far away from the fucking, like, the bell right here? What are you, idiots?
Honestly, this
Yeah,
is just
my-
a health and safety infraction.
Yeah,
As
I'm
my
gonna...
Templeton friends will say, I mean, you should keep the bell beside the mallet. Mallet beside the bell. Bell beside the mallet.
Right, you got a chain? You chain the mallet up by the bell, then you
Yeah,
hit the
don't
bell every
move
50 years? What is in your head?
Who's in charge? Please
Can we
tell
speak
me.
to your manager?
Give me a manager
We
right
want
now.
a manager. We want a manager.
We want it.
Give
it.
us.
Excuse me. My name is Linda, and I would love to see your manager. Okay.
Hello, Linda.
Happening.
Linda's my friend. My name is Karen. I need to talk to your manager about this situation. Thank you very
Please.
much.
Please and thank you.
How?
Please and thank you.
No.
I also have a coupon that you guys did not accept as I entered into this temple.
We also want to double that coupon because I have another one.
Oh, Karen's got another one and nobody took it.
Sylvia's just like cutting her hair, like from short at the back.
It's so cut. There's such an angle. There's a lot of volume in the back now.
My hair is coming back and it's just like that. Hello,
She's
I have a
sending
dog.
her daughter to dance classes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she is sitting in on every single one of those, ready to complain.
Everyone. Susan, come over here. Let's talk about my daughter's progress.
Yeah, all right. We good on our manager there, bruv?
But seriously, though, we should talk to your manager.
Who runs this town? Who runs your town?
Please point us in the direction of your mayor. We're gonna join city council.
The end of the one shot is apparently the group then decides to pummel the brother or leaving us out.
We decide to just act out dance mums by the sound of
Yes.
it. Like
100%.
We just
There's so
become
much
the cast.
hairspray in our hair.
It's absolutely fantastic. This was...
And Barry lived!
I did live! I did! And I felt like that was the same as the Christmas Carol reveal. And little Tim lived!
Yay!
Little Tim, Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim. Yeah. That was absolutely fantastic, Kayla. I had so much fun.
So good.
Yay. So glad you guys liked it.
It was so
Sorry I
good.
got creepy and creeped you out.
No, I like
Got
being
creepy.
and creeped out. That was fun.
Yes.
Let the creep flow.
Well, why don't we go around for a wrap up in reverse order from the order we went last time? Talk about who we are, where we can find each other, all the wonderful things that we get up to, and what our favorite part of today's one shot was. Starting this time with Raven Co-op. Oh, hi, Raven.
Oh, hi. So I'm Raven at Raven_Coop or Co-op, whatever tickles your fancy. I am also at Co-op the podcast, where we do a podcast with my hubby, and we talk about all things nerdy, from tabletop gaming to football to video games to movies, yada yada. You can find us there. My favorite thing, Shadow was so good. He was the best edgelord. He was so good. And I love Sylvia and Barry. I feel like I had to protect you and you had to protect me. I had to protect my janitor. Keeps my library clean.
Protect all
And then
day.
Amy as a spider. Oh gosh, I loved it. Yeah. And then anything that Kayla did. Finger kiss. Spooky goodness. I loved it.
Very cool.
Aw. Thank you so much, Raven. And you can see Raven back on Thursday when we do more Fading Footsteps.
Yeah, where you get really sad about a dog dying. Come join us.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of sadness actually.
On
There's so much sadness.
It's
But
pretty
the dog is
emotional.
cute. We have fun over there. Come join us though. For real.
It is
Thursday,
fun.
7:30 Pacific Standard, 10:30 Eastern Standard.
Thank you. Next round, we come to our edgelord himself, Kent Weebs.
Hi guys, how's it going? Today you've learned that Kent Weebs does not know how to do accents and hold them. That's fun. Hi Hi, I'm Kent Reeves. I'm a variety streamer here on the Twitch network. I right now am running a playthrough of Grandia 2 and Final Fantasy 7, where I don't actually read what happens in the games, and people then tell me that I'm doing it wrong, which is fine because that's how I play my games. I do it wrong.
Still catch his first stream ever.
Yes, I still
stream ever. You can
I
still catch it. It's always happening every day.
I will be streaming for the very first time on Monday. Actually, I will be streaming Dead by Daylight for the first time ever with a new friend of mine, which is going to be really fun. First stream ever. Thank you, everyone who came out for my first D&D stream ever. It's been a lot of laughs and a lot of great things. Sildy was amazing. Kayla, I fucking love Kayla. Like, she's just like the best person. Madam Gandalf, you know, she's my girl. She knows how to do the things on the D&Ds and the life and all the stuff. Scrat, he's cool.
Thanks, Ken. Thank you, Ken. Although you're not allowed to be upset about us pointing out when you literally read things to us and then don't do what they say, okay? You literally read it to us. When I put your own quotes in, it's like me playing the clip back to you and then you being upset about me playing the clip back to you. Okay, anyway, let's move on.
I mean, we know how I play. Just
so much love for you, Ken. Next around, we have Madam Gandalf.
Well, what a day. It's great to be back in the academy here. And Kayla, you know how much I love you as a DM. I just am always enthralled by the journeys and the adventurous, like, fairy tales you take us on. It really always feels like you connect back to my nostalgic childhood and you encapsulate that.
And I'm literally doing the Grimm Tales as an own private game. So the Grimm Fairy Tales and now Disney, I think I have a problem. I will check myself into rehab later.
No, please never do, because I'm living for it. You know me, I'm a Disney whore. I'm I live for this. So it was lovely to play along with Scrat, as always, in his absolute janitorial form, the most jack of all trades janitor I've ever come across. And Sildia, my childhood friend / current rival. It was an absolute delight. I like to play with you, Raven. It was exactly. I got to dance for you, and that is my main thing in life. And then Ken, I hate everything about your character. Everything. I know that Scrap purposely chose the name to mess with me. Absolutely picked it to mess with me, but
It was the spelling of shadow that I found first. I Google searched most edgy name ever, and
wait,
God.
It
Scrap,
was like,
you know what's really funny?
Yeah.
I was about to DM you saying, "Hey, can we name it Shadow?" By the way. So
I looked it up, and like the first person, it was like on a Reddit forum. The first line was like Shadow Blade spelt normally. Then the next line was Shadow Blade with a Y in the blade, and then the next line, and it just went in iterations until it got to Shadow. And I was like, hang on a minute, Shadow, Edge. Oh.
Eureka! I have created a monster.
Thanks.
I hate it.
Well, nevertheless, I'm always happy to be given an excuse to play with Kent, even if his name is made to torment. And yes, that was an intended rhyme. So
I'm just glad to be back on the academy, so thank you, everyone.
Fantastic. Well, last but most certainly not least, ThatKaylaPerson. Wonderful job DMing, like coming in here, you absolute pro. I loved it.
Oh, thank you. I tried really hard, and I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I'm just not gonna look at the camera when I say it. My favorite part was the memes. I'm just gonna
regretting it so much when we started, but by the end
of it, you may have heard it in my voice, but you have no photo evidence of it, so I didn't say it.
Clip, please, clip.
It doesn't matter. You can't clip it. It's an unclippable moment. But yes, oh my god, And now this kind of makes me want to make like a one shot of just hedgehogs and all the Sonic crew. Why did you do this to me? Why did you make this a thing, Scrat?
So coming to your screens, October Academy Day.
Another horror. But yes, oh my god, it was just so much fun and truly an honor to be part of the Academy. Holy crap. I feel so just honored and blessed to be here. Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, thank
Lord.
you. Thank you. Awesome job.
No.
Thank you. Yeah, I suppose that does just leave me though, right?
We also have to end it the way that it all started.
What, with a bang?
Oh,
With a
With
opening.
a bang.
I don't have a can, but I do have this, so I can.
Cheers.
Cheers!
I've
Cheers!
To another successful Academy night. Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
We have
Well-
fun at the academy.
Yeah, we do. Well, everyone, please check out my links as they spam in the chat. It's all of our social links, all the places you can find us online, all of the places you can go to support us, all of our information about our sponsors, Bird in the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press. I've realized I'm talking slightly slower because I'm on 15 and a half hours streaming and I'm dead.
Get some sleep, you fool!
I did get some sleep yesterday. I had 2 hours and then I had 2 cans during the stream.
2 bangs. We banged it out twice during the stream.
Big ol'
I did.
bangs.
Banged it out.
If you want energy, try Bang. Bang for energy. Bang for fun. Bang.
Bang with friends.
Just relentlessly banging.
Yes.
Also, there's a bunch of 10 to 15% discounts on a bunch of websites. Go and check them out. We're going to go and pay a little raid. We're going to head over to Torn Pixie, who is currently playing some Magic the Gathering. We could use a raid cry. Who's in chat with a raid cry? Someone shout one out. We've got to have a quote in there somewhere.
Shut it.
I almost just want to say bang it out.
Edging the bell. I'm not. Now, if I was going to raid you, Alex, I would have no problem using that raid cry. But I'm more nervous about some other people.
Shadow says
like
drink
bang it out. Bang with friends. Bang with friends is a great one.
Oh,
Bang with friends.
yeah.
That'll
Bang
do.
your
We'll go with
friends.
Shadow says bang your friends.
Yeah, Shadow says bang your friends. There we
Bang.
go.
Bang your friends.
Bang your
Yeah,
friends.
Joe.
Bring your friends. Bring them. Tom Pixie's great. She'll appreciate this.
Right. Well,
Yep.
there it is. I did it.
Yeah.
We did it. We did it. Right, let's start that cooling down. Let's get out of here, everyone. Thank you so much for today. We'll be back on Monday if I decide not to stream tomorrow because I'm an absolute addict. I'll catch you all later, everyone. Bye! Keep evoking emotions.